Welcome to Dalis Stadium in the Magic City. I'm Spencer Martin. Joining me today is Bobby Beers, and we have snow on the ground, freezing temperatures, and Billings West versus the Bozeman Hawks. A battle between a couple of AA Blue Bloods coming into tonight. Billings West 6-0, first in Eastern AA. Bozeman 4-1. That puts them at third in the East, and we have the last two state champions here tonight for you. In 2018, it was Billings West. 2019, it's Bozeman. And tonight also, if you're a Bobcat fan, well, get excited because you have 4 Bobcat commits playing in this one tonight, including for Bozeman. We'll take a look at Kenneth Eiden IV, their catalyst, who's back in action.
Yeah, Ken Eiden's a great player. He's been starting for this Bozeman Hawks team since he was a sophomore, and he's been a man since he was about a 4th grader. This guy can play some football. He's tough, he's physical, and he's not going anywhere for college. He's headed right home, staying there in Bozeman, playing defensive end for the Cats.
Yeah, he was out with an ankle injury for 3 games of the year, came back against CMR, and he's still not taking all those offensive snaps quite yet at tight end, but already 12 tackles, 9 for loss, and the coach said he's really the missing piece of the puzzle, and Bozeman's been a different team ever since he came back. As for Billings West, well, it's another Montana State commit in Neil Daly, another tight end, wide receiver kind of hybrid, and also linebacker.
Yeah, this guy does everything, and he transferred from Missoula to this program, and what an addition he's been for this West High football program. He's got length, he's got strength, and he's going to be in Bozeman next year with Kenny Eiden as well.
So it will be a fun one. As we mentioned, a couple of the best teams in all of AA, and it's coming your way next here on SWX.
No, we weren't on our knees. We're all right.
The Hawks are Levi West.
Welcome back to Dalis Stadium, and right now you see the introductions for the Billings West Golden Bears. It is the final week of the regular season, and it sure feels like it as we have 2 of the best teams on display for you tonight.
Yeah, you said it earlier in the opening, Spencer, but you've got the last 2 AA state champions on the field tonight, and they're both primed and ready for a playoff run this year as well.
And yeah, you talk to both coaches. Rob Stanton for Billings West, he says, we always have a great game with Bozeman. I love that they put it here on the last week of the season. Seems like every year it's kind of like that playoff primer, and that's what Coach West said for Bozeman as well. They're finally back to full strength. They're finally healthy. but they haven't really had any great competition, playing Gallatin, playing the CMRs, things like that. And so now they get to see truly where they are at ever since that loss to Billings Senior the first game of the season.
Yeah, Bozeman came into, you're exactly right, coming into the strength, not only of their team, but of the schedule, playing the best team that they've got right now in the East. And West High getting healthy as well. They've had a couple of people out, whether it's due to injury or COVID tracing. There's another key hit word in 2020 that we all fear a little bit, especially if you're a coach. But we're back to a little bit of normalcy in our lives right now. We get a little Friday night lights, Friday night football, top 2 teams in the AA here. It should be a pretty good one tonight, Spencer.
It should, and you and I were joking around. We don't want to jinx it because we had Miles City and Billings Central last week, and it's similar, right? 1 and 2 in the East, you get all excited, and then one team just kind of knocks the socks off an opponent. But the stats really, truly show how great these teams are. 53 points per game on offense for West High. Their defense allowing just 9. They really don't have a weakness this season. At least it hasn't been exposed so far.
Well, this is the 2 teams that we've got on the field tonight. You've got a Bozeman High team. They come in with 30 seniors. 30 seniors. There's a lot of it, what you think is experience, but they're kind of a plug-and-play team to where they have that type of team almost every year where it's very senior-driven, and it's, they graduate a bunch of guys, they bring in a bunch of guys, and they're always in contention. So there's a lot of tradition, and that might change next year. But right now, across the field, it was senior night tonight here, and they've got 6 or 8 guys on that other side that are pretty meaningful as seniors. But this is a junior-driven group here at West High, and it's a little bit different focus, although same intensity and a lot of success on both sidelines.
And I love when you talk about seniors, those guys who, even though they are seniors, are still stepping up into new roles, and that's definitely the case for Bozeman this year. We look at their quarterback, Jordan Jones, a 6'2 senior, but this is his first year starting for Jake D'Agostino, and he had to earn that role, kind of has a chip on his shoulder because charge, but he brings a little bit more of a balanced attack. They don't have to run the ball quite as much as they did a year ago when they beat Butte in the state championship.
Well, each year with Bozeman, with the plug-and-play mentality, you want to catch them early in the season just because of the lack of experience. Later in the season, these guys understand what's expected of them, and you kind of have to grow into your role, and they've done that nicely. Jones has had a great year. He's got a great arm, and he can facilitate this offense any which way, and he's got a number of weapons around him to get it done.
Jordan Jones, 62 for 105 on the year, over 1,000 yards, 13 touchdowns, and 2 picks. And we mentioned those juniors for Billings West. Isaiah Conch, son of their offensive coordinator, Coach Conch. He's another plug-and-play guy stepping right in for Josh Erbacher. And what they love about him, 67% completion percentage on the year, just really been efficient, using all those weapons at his disposal.
When you get a young quarterback, you don't really understand what you're getting until you get a little bit into the season when you've seen some real bullets fired at him. And Clonch has really stepped up. You'd mentioned his dad. Dad played at Tech, was a good quarterback for Bob Green and the crew back in Butte back in the day. I beat you to it tonight. But Clonch has done a nice job. He's been a pleasant surprise, something that they've been able to open up the offense to, and he's able to be tough, coached tough, and he's responded. So we're in for a great one tonight. 2 top teams in AA, 2 former state champs, and we're ready to kick her off right now.
Here's Spencer Berger on the kickoff, goes back, be down about the 10-yard line, fielded by Bozeman. A little room up the sideline. All of a sudden, they're taking it down to the 40, still alive. Up to the 45 is Bryson Zanto.
Zanto got that ball and just simply took it up the sideline. He did a great job, made a couple of guys miss, spun out of a tackle, sets up this Bozeman Hawk offense in great field position right off the bat.
So here come the Hawks. Coach Levi West in his 5th year as the head coach, 14th season total with the Hawks. And it's been great since he took over. We mentioned that state championship last year, 4 in the last decade. Here's Jordan Jones taking over on his own 44. And he's going to keep it on the run, looking for some space up the side. And he's taken down about the line of scrimmage. That's been the story for Jones when he has rushed it. Just 16 times this season for just 30 yards.
Yeah, talking to Coach Levi yesterday, he was very excited about this guy's possibilities. Won the quarterback battle in camp, kind of knew that he was a leader, but it's been really surprising. Knew he had a great arm. His athleticism out of the backfield, and you saw it right there with the pull in the zone read for a little bit of yardage on first down.
And Aaron Snap Jones is in trouble, and you know those Golden Bears are just going to swarm if you give them the chance. Kylan Young bringing them down.
Both these teams have great defenses. Bozeman High feels the strength of their team as their defensive line. And right there you see Kylan Young coming off the edge as the errant snap forces him to do a little bit different. And Young with enough time to get in there with the sack and brings up a long third down here for Bozeman.
Indeed, 3rd and 20 on their own 35. Jones back in the shotgun. Here he is on the snap. He's going to have to roll out to his right, trying to buy time, lets it fly, and that is incomplete. Looking for Macbeth.
Yeah, that was a long throw. It took a long time to set up right there. Incompletion right there, and he wasn't going to get the first down as West High had a number of black jerseys right there. Causes this 4th down punt here by Bozeman.
So not what you were looking for if you're the Hawks. You may recall first game of the high school regular season, Bozeman came here to Billings Senior, and they got thumped 34-14 by the Bronx. A lot with Jordan Jones kind of scrambling, running, seen a lot of bodies early in that game, and that was the case so far in that possession as well. Here's Taco Dollar trying to get the fair catch. Did he touch it? Doesn't matter. It looks like Billings West fell on it on the 29. Caden Dollar bailing out his twin.
Well, the Dollar boys back there, we're going to talk about both of them there right tonight, but a little bit of confusion. Regardless, it's Billings West ball. You talked about Jones early in the season. The only 2 picks he's thrown out all year were in that first game, and it just shows the maturation that young man had, and he's got this offense rolling for Bozeman.
There was Dollar, just not really reading the ball, but Caden there for him. So here's that Billings West offense in the backfield led by Isaiah Claunch, another very balanced team. 13 touchdowns on the ground, 13 through the air so far this season.
This offense has a tendency to score often, and with the 2 Dollar twins, boy, he's got a lot of.
Little shovel pass to Taco Dollar. What Bozeman though all over it. Talbot there on the tackle.
When we're going to mention the Dollar twins, I talked about that, but they've got a ton of weapons. Whether it's Caden Dollar, Taco Dollar, or in the backfield, there's a couple guys running the ball. But Jamin Medlock's going to be somebody who is key to having a successful night here for West High if they're going to come out on top of this Bozeman High team.
So here's 2nd and 9. Claunch drops back under pressure again, drops it out to Jamin Medlock. And again, Bozeman swarming on the tackle there. Patrick Lang.
Well, there's been a couple of people at the feet of Claunch right there, and right there it was Caden Mayhood, rather. Right there, just falling right at his feet. That makes quarterbacks a little bit nervous, not able to always deliver a great ball, but Medlock right there catches the ball, brings up 3rd and manageable here for West High.
So here's Claunch checking out the defense. He's going to hand it off to Medlock up the middle on the draw. Bounces outside, breaks 1 tackle, cuts upfield. He's down at the 45 with a new set of chains.
Well, he does a great job right there. Claunch a little bit late with the read. Medlock says, give me that ball. He gets out to the right edge of that line, makes a couple of guys, breaks a couple of tackles. I'm not going to say makes a guy miss, but he's got a straight ahead downhill running style that really fits in well with this wide open offense at West High.
So an early first down for the Golden Bears. And yeah, we talked about the strength of these defenses. We'd like to talk skill players, but both defensive ends for Bozeman. We already talked about Eiden, but on the other side, Luke Fadique just committed to Montana State as well. So that's a lot of pressure coming off the edge for Bozeman. And their D-line, just a unit that Coach West says is their best on the team.
Yeah, that's the cornerstone of this defense is that defensive line. West helping him out here with the fumbled snap. I'm hungry. And Claunch just gets back to the line of scrimmage.
They're saying Bozeman ball now, perhaps. At least,
well,
at least Brady Lang says it is.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Brady Lang felt that there was a fumble right there. He was right early, but Claunch held on to it right at the end. And, well, Here we go, 2nd down.
Looks like we have an injury on the field for West High.
Got a West High Bear down.
And we're going to take a quick break while they check them out. We'll be back here on SWX. And welcome back to Dalis Stadium as we get the injured player off the field for Billings West. It was Zach Malcolm, the junior big guy offensive lineman, 6'4", 260.
Yeah, and with the strength of Bozeman High being their defensive line, they need to see Mr. Malcolm back on the field. Another one of that junior class. It's a big contributor for West High.
We talked to their skill players this week ahead of this game, and they were all very quick to say the O-line and D-line is the strength of this team as well. Here's Conch again on the draw to Medlock, trying to find the edge once again. He's taken down quickly for a gain of 1.
Yeah, great job on the edge of that defensive line right there. You see Brooks Talbot able to hold that edge and then trip up Medlock just as he gets ready to turn the corner.
Talbot, the leading tackler this year for the Hawks. So here, 3rd and 9 for Billings West on the 47-yard line. Oh, and Eiden, I think, jumped. They're either going to call false start or encroachment. We'll see what the call is.
Well, last week, the start of the broadcast was the officiating crew. Tonight, they seem to have a handle on this early. Our first glimpse of our officiating crew tonight.
And they're going to get Eiden the 4th for it, calling encroachment instead of the false start.
Yeah, Ken Eiden just a little bit early.
Well, he likes to get back there. As we mentioned, 12 tackles since he's been back, 9 of them for a loss. And that time just got a little excited.
He's been a good football player for a while, and Coach Choate over there at MSU is excited to have him next year.
So now 3rd and 4 for Claunch. They're faking the short pass, going deep to Bergeson, but too far, and it falls incomplete.
Well, Bergeson right there, a little bit of man coverage underneath, and that safety showed a little bit of range, able to get there just as Bergeson in his corner arrived, so it brings up 4th down. Both offenses kind of stall early here in this contest.
And that's what I think you love to see when you get the two teams who they just steamroll people, right? All the time we go and we shoot highlights and we can be done in the first quarter, and then you finally see kind of an evenly matched opponent for them, and it's a little harder.
Yeah, a little bit of a feeling out process early for both these teams, and the weather might be contributing because we've had a pretty nice fall.
Nice punt there from Berger. Fair catch at the 14-yard line for the Hawks.
Yep, good solid play. There's a lot of players for both squads playing in all 3 phases of the game, and that's a little bit different for Bozeman. As you know, they've been a two platoon team for so many years, but you're going to see a little bit more of the swapping over as we see Eiden jogging out. You mentioned he'd been hurt earlier in the year, had an accident over the course of the summer where he had hurt a lower part of his anatomy there, broke a foot fishing actually, and able to work his way back into the offense tonight.
So here Bozeman starts on the ground, some room there, and a nice pickup for Jess Wattenbarger, the lead running back for these Hawks.
Yeah, Wattenbarger, good downhill runner. He's a tough guy. Last year, this team was, they ran the ball hard downhill. They had a tough runner. He also went to college, by the way. Mr. Croy, he's out there playing he'll eventually play on Saturdays. But, that's what this Bozeman High team wants to do. They have to establish a run early.
This time to give to Wattenberger again, but quickly there is Paul for Billings West. Caden Paul, the lead tackler for the Bears.
Yeah, Caden Paul, right, didn't fool anybody. He came hard, wrapped him up in the backfield. Good, solid, fundamental tackle. Brings a tough runner down there in the backfield for Bozeman High. Brings up a long 3rd down for Bozeman.
Caden Paul, 15 total tackles. As I said, leads the way for the Bears. And so once again, 3rd and 10 for the Hawks on their own 13. Here's Jones looking to pass off the play action. Not a lot going. He finds a man. It's picked off by Neil Daly.
Wow.
What a snag by the Bobcat commit. His 2nd pick of the year.
He did a great job. Daly did a read in the eyes right there. They had trips to that side, and you're going to see the first guy come across your screen right there. He throws it to the second guy. Daly right in his drop, able to climb the ladder. I like to use that a lot, but right there's full extension from a guy that's over 6'2" tall. Great body control, twisted to make that catch. That's tougher than it looks, folks. Neil Daly makes it look easy for the first turnover of the game.
And a huge play for that Billings West defense. Their 18th takeaway of the year, and more importantly, it gives them prime field position on 32, and they get the drive started with the reverse of Taco Dowler. He's going to have to make something happen. He does just that. breaking it up the sideline. He's still going, lowering his shoulder down to the 6-yard line is Taco Dowler.
Taco Dowler is an exciting player. He reminds me a lot of the Sulcer kid a couple of years ago from senior that's playing at Montana now. But Taco Dowler's a little bit bigger, and you see him finishing runs here as he comes screaming around your screen. You miss him right there. Here he comes down here. He'll be back in just a second. We're watching a couple of Bozeman guys that got juked right there. Dowler, though, great play on first down as they give a Bergeson screen pass down inside.
Nice pursuit there from the Bozeman Hawks to catch Bergeson from behind. And yeah, Bozeman seemed to blow up that reverse, but kind of over pursued, and Dowler just found a way to make it happen. So 2nd and goal now for Billings West, place where they love to pound it in with Michael DeLeon or Jamin Medlock.
Right now looks like they've got DeLeon in the backfield.
And the draw is to DeLeon. He's immediately stuffed in the backfield from Bozeman. Cameron Spencer, the Montana Western commit there, plugging it up.
Well, Spencer and Talbot were right there. They followed the blockers as they pulled him from the backside, and you saw that they had a good bunch of blockers. West High did up in the hole. And you'll see Max Murphy leading the way right there. Big fullback, but it's too late as there's 2 Bozeman Highs right there. 2 Bozeman High Hawks, rather, bringing down DeLeon for a loss on 2nd down.
3rd and goal from the 9. Claunch looking to pass. Had a man down the seam. He's got Neil Daly for 6, but we have some laundry in the backfield.
Claunch did a great job there, regardless of the holding call that they're going to get right here. But Claunch climbing up in the pocket.
Daly thought he had another touchdown this season. Would have been his 6th, but it's going to be coming back with the holding. So now, all of a sudden, 3rd and goal from the 25-yard line. What play do you have for this situation?
Well, it's 3rd down. You got to get it into a place where you can get a field goal at least. But right there, you saw Claunch, and I think he's going to have to do this all night. Those ends for Bozeman are going to come screaming upfield. If he can just step up in that pocket and let those tackles ride those guys outside, he's going to buy some more time that he normally wouldn't have to do with that. You showed the ability there as he fires it right there down inside.
And taken down at about the 12-yard line, I believe, was Riley Bergeson. So, as you mentioned, a manageable play to set up a field goal here.
Yeah, you see Bergeson, nobody really understands that Riley Bergeson comes from a long line of football players. The Dolan family, for those of us across the state, his grandfather, Pat Dolan, of course, held the sideline across the field for a number of years at senior high. He was a great football player for the University of Montana and up there in Great Falls. And his uncle is probably watching tonight over in Missoula. The great Nate Dolan is Riley Bergeson's uncle.
So here's the field goal attempt for Spencer Berger. 2 for 3 on the year, and he nails
Nice
that one
job
right up the middle.
for that young man. Great job by the holder there. A little bit of a snap roll back to his knees. Nonetheless, gets the hold, and the Bears come away with a field goal on their 2nd drive of the night.
So Billings West strikes first drive. Did stall out with the holding penalty, but still got some points on the board. Back with kickoff after this.
Perkins' dad played for me.
Back at Daly Stadium after Spencer Berger put 3 on the board for Billings West. A productive first drive, all set up from the interception by Neil Daly, his 2nd of the season. So here, a chance for Jordan Jones to regroup, and after, first possession, he was being chased all over the place, couple fumbles, sack off that snap, 2nd time an interception, and it's looking a lot like the first time they were here against Billings Senior so far.
Well, it's early, and it's always key to, win that turnover battle. As Bozeman High fields that thing, managed to regain balance there and sets them up with field position deep in their own territory.
Yeah, talking to Coach Wesh, I have right here in my notes, key to the win. can't turn the ball over and give them momentum. It comes right down to the turnovers between this one. Hold on to the rock and force a couple ourselves. And so far, can't check that one off the checklist for Bozeman.
There's another stat he gave us that something about the turnover battle. If they win that turnover battle if they win it by 1 or by 2, they've been undefeated in the last like 3 or 4 years.
There's a handoff to Eiden IV rumbling through. The first time this year we've seen that.
And Eiden getting a little smattering of offense peppered in there with all of his defensive prowess. He's shown that he's working his way back into football shape, and that could spell doom for some of these AA teams as they meet in the playoffs down the road here.
Eiden last year, 31 catches, 500 yards, and 8 touchdowns. So we'll see as he gets play action this time. Jones pulls it out, looking up the sideline.
Daly with his hand on that one as well.
Just running all over the place is Neil Daly. We said on offense, he's kind of a tight end, wide receiver hybrid, and I think you can say the same on defense, all over the field.
On defense, he's athletic enough to where you can put him in the perimeter and play maybe a safety, outside linebacker. But he's physical enough to play inside as well. He's got that length and strength that you like from high school football players that you dream about coaching, and he's wearing that vaunted number 4 for Billings West tonight.
3rd and 6 for the Hawks. Jones again under pressure, scrambling away up the right side, looking for a man down the sideline. We'll see. And the referee says that's a catch for the Bozeman Hawks. Logan Palethorpe. Nicely done there on the sideline.
Palethorpe does a great job of freeing himself up, just giving him enough space, getting away a little bit from Michael De Leon right there. Enough space to make the catch, move the chains, and get another Bozeman first down.
Jones showing some grit too, taking the hit there. And here he is again, this time on the give to Wattenberger. A good pickup of 3 on first down.
Nothing real fancy about the way that Wattenberger runs. Those guys up front, down in the trenches. It's key for them tonight to wear on this West High defensive line. Got to have some success for this Bozeman High Hawk offense to have success later in the game.
87 yards per game for that guy. Coming off a big one against CMR just a couple weeks ago where he had 12 runs for 189 yards. And here they're trying to establish that run game, get something going for the Hawks. Here's Jones again down the middle to Wattenberg. As you said, just pounding it right up the middle, sets up 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, Wattenberger runs downhill behind his pads. He delivers that first ball blow and falls forward. That's very important. And the longer in the game goes, those little bits of yardage that he gains early in the game become much, much bigger plays down the road.
Excuse me, that was good for a first down for the Hawks. So the first time they've been able to move the chains consistently tonight. And here's Jones, and they're going to stay with what's working on the give. Now Michelle cuts up the field. And that's close to another first down for Sean McIntyre.
Yeah, McIntyre right there does a great job. Just a nice little cut. I'm sorry, that's Gaten Citraro. Citraro does a nice little cut with his left foot, gets north and south. A little different dynamic, a little quicker, more explosive guy right there, but a little bit slippery, makes the guy miss and brings up 2nd and short.
Still another senior for Bozeman, 2nd and 1. For the Hawks on the 47, another give. This one to Wattenberger, breaks a tackle behind line of scrimmage. Eventually brought down, but still moving the chains once again.
Yeah, there's Paul Broad, another Montana State Bobcat being hauled along. Wattenberger gave him a little bit of a ride as he got first down yardage right there.
That's a load to carry if you're Wattenberger. Paul Broad, another guy who beefed up with COVID over the offseason. So here's Jones again on the give to Wattenberger. They found something that works. Here he is cutting up field, and you mentioned maybe, those runs start to get some more yards later in the game, but it's happening just on this drive.
Well, this offensive line right now is firing off and playing downhill. That's allowing both Citraro and Wattenberger to get good yardage. They went up the middle early with Wattenberger, wore him down, and now they're off to each one of the edges. Wattenberger having great pickups on first down there.
And again, just 2nd and 1. This time they're going to go through the air, try to take a shot. Jones looking for Macbeth. He's got him at the 17-yard line.
I'll tell you what, he used every ounce of field right there just so that he could allow his wide receiver to get open. And you saw Tucker Macbeth come open a little bit late right there. All the way down, hot pursuit right there by a big old D lineman. Gets taken down but delivers the strike way downfield deep into West territory.
The second throw Jones has completed today when he's taken a lick off the defense. And here's Sataro cutting up and down the left side. Eventually taken down, but still, Bozeman really rolling in some laundry again at the end of this one.
Got a bit of a late action. I'll tell you what, Bozeman High sticking to their blocks and keeping their feet in the ground right there. Good job by that offensive line. Even the guys on the edge right there getting a little bit sticky with those blocks.
So this drive starting around their own 15-yard line after a couple turnovers, but it's going back for Bozeman, the unnecessary roughness call on them. And so that will send them back 15.
Yeah, you saw it come in right at the end of the play. The coaches in pregame were really stressing about staying after your block and continuing downfield. Right there, they continued downfield, maybe a little bit too long after the whistle. So Bozeman High backed up a little bit here. I believe it's going to be first down again, though.
Number 57, 15-yard penalty from the spot.
There is the call for Bozeman. They got Jacob Keim for the unnecessary roughness. And so second down and 20 from about the 28-yard line. And you see Eiden again lined up at tight end for the Hawks.
Yep, showing his versatility on both sides of the ball. He's on the line of scrimmage as a tight end here, using his physicality.
They're going to give it again to Sataro up the left side. Again, finds space, breaks a little bit more. He's tripped up, though, by his own man, and that'll bring him down inside the 15.
There's not a black jersey on the field right there. Watch where Sataro runs this ball. There's not a black jersey running free. It's got a white jersey attached to it. Sataro right there. Bunch of O-linemen. He just happens to run over the back foot of his offensive lineman there, right there, Carson Bain. Still first down.
Third and 6, play action. Jones was looking for Eiden near the end zone. So similar to that Billings West drive, it's all full of promise. Then a penalty sends it back, and the Hawks will probably send out the field goal unit here.
Looking for first down. I apologize right there. And we'll see. Last week we had a great kicker. The kicker was going to go. He's headed to University of Montana on a kicking scholarship. Tonight we've got another. We've already started off the game with a field goal. We'll see if we can continue our good kicker streak here with Bozeman High trotting their guy out.
Elijah Eccles here on the kick, another senior, and he is considered a leader of this team. Talking to coach, he said that he's just a guy that performs at a high level, does everything the right way, committed to his craft, and here he is, lined up around the 20-yard line. That one good as well, so we're all tied up at 3 behind the boot from Elijah Eccles.
Eccles, a lot of confidence right there. Good stroke, good success right there for Eccles. Ties this ball game up.
Eccles made our highlight reel a few weeks ago on a punt that he pulled down and ran for 60 yards. He has some great stats this season. 1 rush, about 75 yards, and a touchdown, but they're getting it done in his natural position as a kicker.
I'll tell you what, it's one of those positions that's easily overlooked until you don't have one. And both Eccles and, earlier tonight, when you have that kicker, you have that weapon at your disposal, it takes away so much worry as a coach. You don't have to, rely on going forward on fourth down and coming away with nothing when you have a great drive. Such a great weapon to have, and Eccles right there showing a lot of confidence. All eyes on him. It's a cold night. That ball's not going to fly as far. Eccles, cold-blooded himself, just sticks it through the uprights in the heart of the Bear High faithful sitting over there huddled together in the stands.
Yeah, it's hard to, I say socially distance. The colder it gets, people are starting to kind of find each other a little bit more here. But here's Eccles on the kickoff. So all tied up at 3 now. Bozeman responds with a nice 70-yard drive capped off by that Eccles field goal. And here is Medlock on the return. He's got some room up the left side, cuts it upfield, and he'll be down at the 27.
Bozeman did a good job. It looked like there was a lot more room right there, but Medlock put that foot in the ground, got north and south, and Bozeman High rallied to it. Stopped him there just before the 30-yard line, 1st and 10, about the 27.
Here comes that Billings West offense once again, just lighting it up this year. Crazy totals, beating some opponents 70-0, 63-7, and you always get a lot of highlights when you cover a Billings West game. You talk to coaches. I remember when we were talking to Senior the week of their game, and then now talking to Bozeman, they just say speed. There's just speed everywhere. It's hard to find a place to stop, and here's Claunch by himself back there in the gun. He's going to look down the seam to Taco Dowler. Overthrows it, ball's up in the air. It's picked off by Tucker McBeth. He's getting drugged down to the 35-yard line. A big play for the Bozeman Hawks.
Well, Luke Fadique was right there on the right side, coming off the right side of the defense, putting pressure on Clonch. Throws a laser over the middle. His receiver doesn't touch it. Another Bozeman Hawk tips it in the air. And who's there? Tucker McBeth to pick it up.
It's McBeth's third interception of the year. That leads the Hawks. You see that just soaring on Clonch a little bit over Taco Dowler. And there was a flag at the end as a couple guys, Riley Bergeson was getting involved with the Bozeman Hawks sideline. And they're going to get him for the personal foul after it. So tack on 15 more yards for Bozeman.
Well, 2 costly turnovers by these quarterbacks really, set both of these offenses, both the opposing offenses rather, up deep in their own territory. Those are those costly turnovers that we talked about earlier that the coaches were very, very serious when they said, got to win that turnover battle. Well, it's tied 1-1, folks, and we're tied as well on the scoreboard.
So just a minute left in the first quarter. Bozeman's going to get set up on the 18-yard line. And it is interesting because their running game really has been productive for both teams, and it just seems like then when they go to the air, bad things start to happen.
You sound like those coaches back in the 70s when everybody was running the wishbone.
Or Coach Ludwig and the rest of the team over at Laurel. They'll just say, no, bad things happen when you go to the air. Let's just keep pounding them.
No comment.
So here's Jones on the give to Wattenberger, holding with both arms and protecting that thing. He's down at the 15-yard line.
Well, it's a good run on first down. They're getting a lot of push on the edge of this defense. Michael De Leon, one of the defensive backs right there to wrap him up for a manageable gain on first down. But this Bozeman High offense right now, they've found something running behind Mr. Eiden in their tight end on the strong side of that line.
And they are again following him this time, taken down in the backfield by a bunch of Billings West defenders.
Well, Jaden Hoff was right there. He came scot-free and broke down in the hole, forced Wattenberger right there to kind of change his plans. There's a guy running free. They missed a hat on a hat right there. And you see what happens when your offensive line, it's a glaring miss when those guys throw a no-hitter up front.
So we keep seeing kind of the same formation. The pistol here, 3rd and 7 for the Bozeman Hawks. And again, they're going to run towards Eiden side. Nice pursuit by Billings West, and they eventually wrap him up. Back there first was Dean Amundsen.
Yeah, number 33 there for West High. Amundsen does a great job defeating his block at the point of attack. And that's one of the things. They're making no secret about where they're going. They're running behind the tight end and Eiden in whatever way, shape, or form they can get them available. And they're just going big boying them right down the field.
So the drive stalls out a little bit, the 16-yard line, just a 3-yard drive. They started on the 19, so 4th and 7. We'll see if they bring out the kicking unit once again when we're back for the second quarter on SWX. the points so far tonight belong to Mr. Elijah Eccles with Bozeman. Another nice field goal there.
I'll tell you what, that ball jumped off of his foot. He got all of that. He did a great job right there. Kept his head down, followed through all the little kicking things that you're supposed to do. Eccles does, and gave Bozeman High the lead, capitalizing on that turnover.
You think we got a college or an NFL game here with a 6-3 score with 3 field goals so far. And capping off the second quarter, Bozeman there, their drive, they started at the 18, were only able to gain 3 yards. So while they get 3 points on that play, a bit of a letdown for the Hawks.
Well, tonight, the turnovers has played a huge role. Both teams able to, capitalize on the other's mistake. And we've got a baseball score at a football game right now.
Eccles here with an onside kick, looking to recover his own, and the Hawks do. Eccles just doing it all, getting his own kick and tipping it back.
Oh, we talk about
eventually recovered.
We talk about arm talent with quarterbacks, but Eccles shows some sneaky Pete stuff with his feet right there. He's got foot talent, folks, through the uprights, on the ground. I'll tell you what, that's a great call by that staff. Showed some guts. Just the dribbler right there. And you're going to look at number 5. He's going to get a hand on it. Not able to get on top of it, though. Bozeman High, Johnny on the spot. First down, Hawks.
Dylan Fadique ended up with the recovery. Eccles kind of laying a bit of a hit, tipping his shoulder there on Dylan Deans for Billings West. And so the Hawks take over on the 49-yard line. We got the coaches, the defensive coordinators next, so they're fired out. Now Jordan Jones rolling out to his left, looking down the sideline. Looks like he's going to overthrow his man Brady Lang just a bit.
Yeah, just off the fingertips of Lang right there. One of the things that they like so much about Jones is the fact that he's got great arm talent, but he's athlete enough. That's a hard thing to do as a quarterback, roll to your left and then gather yourself enough to throw it deep. Boy, he showed some athletic ability to get to the edge. Just a little too much gun. Otherwise, we'd have a great first down way down the field for Bozeman.
This time Jones gives it off to Eiden IV of the right side. He's got a lot of space, stiff arming through. Eventually brought down inside the 17 by his future teammate to be Neil Daly.
Daly and Taco Dowler got drug a little bit by big Ken Eiden. And Eiden right here, watch a little patience as he runs. Waits for a block, reads another block, just enough to spring him downfield. Gives a stiff arm, big game by the big guy. First down, Hawks.
And Jones quick to get back on the ball. They give it to Eiden again down the middle, and this time Paul Brott drags him down. So, hey, if you're a Montana State fan over in Bozeman, keep watching these names, keep watching your guys, because you'll see them on Saturday pretty soon.
Well, Coach Armstrong, Coach Robertson, Coach Choate, probably all sitting in somebody's house, feet up on the table. They're probably warm. They're not outside tonight. It's too cold for those three. They're watching Montana State, a little Montana State preview tonight with all these guys playing.
This time Wattenberg up the middle, a little patience in the backfield, somehow lunges forward to about the 11-yard line, but it'll be 3rd and 3 for Bozeman.
Daly and Wattenberger met chest to chest, and Daly threw him to the ground, but not before Wattenberger stumbled forward, and we talked about that with Wattenberger earlier. He gets sneaky yardage at the end of runs, brings up 3rd and manageable here for Bozeman.
Last 2 drives have ended for the Hawks around right here for field goals. We'll see if they can capitalize to get a first down here.
3 is nice, 6 is much better.
Jones dropped back to pass, looking for the end zone in Macbeth, but they were not on the same page there. 4th down.
Well, just a little too strong by Jones right there. Sailed the ball over Macbeth's head. Brings up 4th down, and so far the hero for Bozeman High, Elijah Eccles, trots back out onto the field. That young man's got to be pretty confident right now.
I was going to say, you were just talking about how cold it is. We got the fans here. I bet that guy, he's got a lot of adrenaline going right now. I'm not worried about him being cold.
He doesn't feel anything right now except pride because he's given his team a lead and looking to extend it right here.
So lined up at about the 11-yard line. Eccles around the 18 here for the kick. As we said, already made 2 tonight. Here's the snap. Hold looks good. And again, Elijah Eccles' kick is true. 3 for 3 on the night. No, they said no good. Look good from our angle.
Yeah, he just kept it outside that left upright right there. So Elijah Eccles, it looked good. It did look good from our vantage point. But we're not sitting underneath the upright right there. So
my apologies. Here it is again. It did go just right, says the referee. So the score stays at 6-3. Billings West takes over on the 18.
Oh my goodness.
Pretty sure. So after the missed field goal by Eccles, Billings West took over, and first play of the drive was a rumbling run for Jamin Medlock for a new set of chains at the 35-yard line. And here it is again, the give to Medlock, a little bit bobbled on the handoff. He's got all kinds of Bozeman guys around him. He's drugged down a yard behind line of scrimmage.
Yeah, zone read took a little bit of time right there, and he bobbled it right after it was given to him. So he does like to get downhill quickly. Oh, as we see Eiden right there on the turf still.
Some medical staff going to check out Eiden IV, well documented tonight. Missed the first 3 games of the season. With an ankle and foot injury, he's been working back to full football shape. We've seen him a lot on offense tonight, and it's been really effective for the Hawks.
Yeah, he's been showing his prowess as a blocker tonight. He did have the one long run, but Bozeman High, one of their main stars. He's been a stalwart on the defense for a couple years. Offense kind of came into his repertoire last year, and he showed it again tonight where he can block, he can catch. He's a key cog in this wheel for Bozeman High.
And even beyond that, Coach just says the energy just changes. The confidence just goes up for this team when he's in the lineup. Everyone just starts to believe a little bit more, remembers that they are the defending state champs. He's the catalyst for that unit. So hopefully Eiden IV is all right here as he's shaken up.
No, and you saw Billings West's Neil Daly come over, give him a hand right there as we see the big man coming off the field, walking a little bit gingerly, looking like he's holding something a little awkwardly, but we'll keep an eye on him on the sideline as the snow starts to fall here in Billings tonight and see if we can get Ken Eiden back on the field.
Yeah, kind of holding it in his stomach and rib type area, walking off. Hopefully he's okay. As you mentioned, the snow coming down. I told you in pregame, that's when you know the playoffs are almost here, is when we start getting snow and we all start freezing our butts off a bit.
Well, various anatomy parts get cold. My feet are really cold right now, but since you've got the heater, but you see the piles of snow in the background. You see the bare arms, though, by these young studs on the field.
2nd down and 10 for Billings West. They send Taco Dowler in motion, but the gives to Medlock up the middle. A big collision there at the 36.
Trying to influence some guys with Dowler. He's a dynamic guy who's already had an effect. And right there, the give was to Medlock for a good gain on 2nd down.
Getting picked up at the bottom of the pilot. Cameron Spencer, we mentioned him, another one of those seniors on the offensive and defensive line for the Hawks. Going to be a Bulldog next year for Montana Western. So 3rd and 6 for West. Claunch pulls it out. He's going to take a lick, but he delivers a nice pass down the seam to Taco Dowler.
Taco Dowler, one of the Dowler twins right there. This West High football team seems every couple of years to get a set of twins that are impactful. We had the Demings a couple of years ago, and right there, Taco Dowler hauling down a pass over the middle of the field. Tough catch. Good catch.
And here's the hurry up for Billings West. Jamin Medlock again on the ground, spins around for a gain of 5.
Good gain on 1st down there off the edge of that West High offensive line coming together. And they're going to go hurry up again here, West High, looking to the wristbands as they're having some success on the ground now as well.
Patrick Lang was there on the tackle for Bozeman. As you mentioned, Claunch looking to the sideline. They're getting things rolling once again after a couple turnovers last drives. And here's Claunch again looking through the air on the outside. Had 2 men there. It's just going to fall incomplete.
They had Medlock and Murphy right there in the flat. Kind of threw the ball in between the two, so neither one of them really clear as to who was supposed to be the recipient of that pass. Brings up 3rd down here for West.
Just under 9 minutes ago. This one delivering so far. An absolute battle between these two teams. And we'll see where the Bears line up is here. The give is to Medlock up the middle on the draw. Taken down. The ball is bobbling around. We'll see who falls on it. Of course, Bozeman says it's theirs.
Always pointing in your team's direction, hoping for a turnover.
And the referee's digging the pile, and
There's
it
the
is
second turnover of the night for West High.
Patrick Lang running to the sideline with the ball. A crucial forced turnover by the Hawks.
Well, I think number 72 there, Cameron Spencer, was the one that came downhill and really delivered the blow to Medlock right there. As you see Murphy leading him up to the sideline, but then it was Spencer just getting off of his block, and then there's the ball bouncing around, and finally one of the Bozeman Hawks comes up with it for the second turnover of the night for this West High football team.
Yeah, Winslow Perry kind of playing hot potato with it for Bozeman before Lang brought it down. But I tell you what, Spencer, that was a fridge hitting Medlock out of nowhere. Didn't see it coming, and as you mentioned, another turnover. So the Hawks with their fourth drive here in the second quarter. And Jones is just going to give it to Citraro up the middle, and he's going to keep stumbling. Neil Daly again, he's been active.
Well, Citraro got to that second level, ran into Daly, and Daly just held on and hauled him back down. But Citraro, that offensive line is doing their job, getting him freelance pressure up to the next level on that defense, and Daly right there to meet Citraro, but not before a good gain on first down.
So here's Jones sending Wattenberger out wide. A give is to Citraro up the left side. He'll be pulled down just short of the first down marker, going to the ground. Still working for Bozeman here, just under 8 minutes to go in the first half.
Both teams having success on the ground tonight. Bozeman right now with Eiden right now on the sideline down here getting worked on, but right now still having success without him running the ball the edge of the line, offensive line.
And 3rd and 1 for the Hawks. Expect them to go back to the ground once again. They're going to go in the air. Jones under pressure, but he delivers it all the way across the field, and it's brought down by Logan Palethorpe.
Palethorpe right there. He was injured early in the year. Came back, had a little bit of a knee action, but he got back into the lineup last week. This Bozeman High offense is now running on all cylinders, having both of his top wide receivers back. Right there, Palethorpe, big catch. First down.
And Jones is going to go to the air again, looking for Palethorpe. And this one, he takes a lick from Mr. Dowler.
No.
Riley Bergeson there.
That was Bergeson right there delivering the ball, or the blow, causing the ball to come off of his fingers. And that's a tough one because you get the ball high, laid over the middle. Show a lot of courage going up with that, and even more courage if you bring it down. But Bergeson right there delivering a big hit on Palethorpe.
So Bozeman showing a lot of faith in Jordan Jones tonight, making some big plays on 3rd down for him, and here he is on 2nd and 10 on the 45. Going to give to Citraro, and this time he's taken down in the backfield by Mr. Caden Paul.
Paul does a good job right there fighting off there and making the play in the backfield. Bozeman High sticking to that run. They know where they're having success against West High tonight.
Yeah, running a little bit more, but Coach West says he likes it with Jones. They've been a lot more balanced this season. They've had a lot more of a 60-40 sometimes to offense, where last year was always 60-40 rushing, but this time 3rd and 9 for the Hawks. Jones is going to look back to pass off the play action, has to step up in the pocket and tuck it, and he's still scrambling. Paul eventually brings him down at the 38. Bozeman wants a flag for a late hit.
Well, I think the hits were all initiated inbounds, and then I'll tell you what, number 12 is a big human being. He's not a scrambler that you want to see if you're an outside linebacker or a corner, because he's a large human, and he carried those guys a couple yards out of bounds, got the sideline excited. But he showed some athletic ability. They're making some people miss, and then getting the sideline, and everybody fired up for Bozeman over here.
So 4th and just under 5 for Bozeman. Jones is going to stay out there for the Hawks as they're going to go for it with just under 7 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Let's see what they have dialed up against this Billings West defense. And here is Jones, and a timeout was taken by the Bozeman staff just before that play.
Yeah, you saw Coach Weshy hustling down the sidelines right there.
And so Coach Weshy taking his timeout. We'll see what they draw up after the break.
Snacks.
Well, and tonight we'd like to thank Jersey Mike's Subs for providing the pregame meal for our SWX crew. Jersey Mike's, always a sub above. USDA choice roast beef, top rounds, shrimp to your order, freshly baked bread as well. Go find them over in Shiloh Crossing. Jersey Mike's, always a sub above. And here on the 39-yard line, Bozeman going for it on 4th and 5. We'll see what they draw up here.
Yeah, it's a big play right now. This Bozeman High seems to have a lot of momentum in their corner. We saw West High kick that first field goal, and ever since then, Bozeman's really hasn't done anything wrong.
So Jones looking to his left. Looked like he had a man this time going deep. Macbeth outstretched with one hand, can't bring it down, and West will take over.
Yeah, one of the strengths of this West High defense is their athleticism in the secondary. And right there, like you said, he did have a guy early over on that left side, just ready to cross the field. And unfortunately, right there, couldn't hit his guy, Tucker Macbeth. And it brings up first down on turnovers, on downs for West High football.
Yeah, a lot of these teams show some things that work well, whether it be the run game or picking up a key first down off the pass, but then it just seems to stall out between these two defenses just coming up when they need to. Go ahead.
There's a lot of things that you like to see this late in the season. We always talk about what wins championships, and tonight we're seeing good defense played by both squads.
Claunch looking to his right to Michael DeLeon. That's thrown over the top.
As Eiden makes his way back onto the field, he's playing on that right side of the defense right there. Nice to see that young man up and back on the field, able to put it behind him, maybe swallow a little bit of pain right there to get back out, just to show these guys just how much this game means to him.
2nd and 10 for Billings West. He said with Eiden out there and Fidik on the other side, 2 Bobcat commits in hot pursuit. We'll talk about amount of pressure they put on him this time down the middle as DeLeon finds a spot. Down to 20 yards, taken down hard by Macbeth, but still inside the 45.
Well, they had a hat on a hat inside. That West High offensive line doing a good job, and DeLeon very quick through the middle right there. They didn't get a chance to do anything. Right here, nobody touches him. His lead blocker there gets through there, but DeLeon had his own plan. Good success there brings up first down here as they give it to him again. He's still scrambling around trying to break tackles.
That was Brady Lang who drug him way back. Forward progress has him down at the line of scrimmage.
Lang, a real emotional leader. You see him, he's a hand clapper and he points everywhere, whether it's first down, Bozeman ball, it doesn't matter. He's trying to lead the charge out there, right there, finally able to bring down Michael DeLeon for no gain on first down.
Again, DeLeon getting some carries here late in the second. That's good for a pickup before he's brought down by Spencer. So you see that kind of two-headed dragon in the backfield there for Billings West with DeLeon and Medlock. Medlock with 8 touchdowns on the year, DeLeon with 9.
Well, sharing that workload actually makes everybody work just a little bit harder, a little competition, breed success in the backfield for West High.
Both of them been very effective. DeLeon 6 yards per carry, but this time Claunch is just going to drop it down the middle to Max Murphy, and that's good for a pickup of 4.
Old Max Murphy, he's kind of a throwback at tight end, likes contact. I don't think he's going to get the first down right there. He's going to come up just a yard short, but hitting that H-back tight end hybrid guy out of the backfield. Somewhat successful on 3rd down, brings up short 4th down and go for it for West High.
So there's Claunch sending Dollar in motion. He's going to fake it. A little shovel pass up the middle to Max Murphy. He's off to the races. Pulled down inside the 10-yard line by Brooks Talbot. Looks like the Kansas City Chiefs out there on that play call.
Little delay there to Max Murphy. Fake it to Dowler. Dowler's been some eye candy a couple times, and Murphy gets the ball right there. Put that ball away, Max. Get down the field. Gets chased down, but not before West High deep in Bozeman territory.
This time to give the DeLeon. This time he's following Murphy, and he falls forward to be down at the 4-yard line.
Great job following his blockers right there. That offensive line, as it gets a little bit chippy, we see a flag come in late right there. But DeLeon does a good job following those blockers, falling forward on first down for the Bears.
The flags have been trouble for both teams when they've gotten inside the red zone tonight. Really the reason why you see that 6-3 score with a couple of field goals, and West are talking to themselves. Murphy pleading to his team to stop all the extracurricular activities tonight.
Well, and I don't know if that's Max Murphy or Riley Bergeson, but there were some words exchanged right there.
Bergerson got caught with an unnecessary roughness earlier, so maybe he said, hey, I learned my lesson. We got to knock this off, but they're going to get Bozeman for it this time, so half the distance to the goal will creep him forward a little bit more.
His mic must be frozen. I couldn't hear him. But regardless, they've got to I think they've got to change the down marker there.
Still trying to work things out. Bozeman's going to take a timeout to work things out themselves, and so Billings West on the 3rd-yard line with, we're still trying to see, but right now a 2nd and goal is what the chains are showing.
Well, regardless of what they're going to do there, that offensive or the personal foul against Bozeman, it probably could have gone either way. Is both of these teams a little bit chippy. And in a close game and in a low-scoring game, we were talking about their offensive prowess, scoring 70 points a game, scoring in the 50 points a game. Not tonight, as these defenses have kind of pinned their ears back and held the opposing offense really in check so far.
Yeah, and it gives us a chance to talk about them. I mean, still both these defenses, just 9 points allowed per game for Billings West. You know, for Bozeman, 13 a game, and a lot of that just because they gave up 34 in that first game of the year to Billings Senior. And it's interesting with Bozeman when you look at their season a year ago where they won the state title, you know, they had that early loss to Big Sky, and then from there they ran the table, made that great run, and I think they kind of have a similar feel here, a lot of confidence, losing that first game of the season, but they know coming out tonight with a big win will kind of launch them into the playoffs.
Well, right now they got bigger problems as they got Isaiah Clonch, Kane's son. Sorry about that, Isaiah. But you come from good stock there. Your dad's a heck of a guy, and congratulations on that touchdown. Little zone read, pulls it and follows Max Murphy, who didn't touch anybody on that one, didn't have to, able to celebrate with his old buddy, the quarterback, in the end zone.
The 2 biggest plays of the drive, you saw Taco Dallard there as a bit of a distraction, moving that Bozeman defense away, and Isaiah Clonch able to just walk in for 6. Spencer Berger here on the extra point. That's good. That gives West a 10-6 lead with 4 minutes to go in the first half. We're going to stay right here for you. Nice drive for them, taking over on downs and finally taking advantage with a touchdown.
Well, their defense set them up with good field position. Nice to see the offense respond there with a good, long, sustained drive. We saw the big play on 4th down with Max Murphy taking the shovel pass down inside about the 11-yard line and them just punching it in. Bozeman High right now, you know, they had the lead, gave it back. They've got to find a little bit of juice on offense, a sustained drive right before, as we head into the half, on the downside of this quarter. Got to have some answers for this West High defense, and both defenses tonight playing pretty well.
Yeah, as we see some of the totals out there, Caden Paul, 7 tackles in the first half, and 7 first downs for each team. You know, it's been really even. You see that on the score with 10-6, but it's just been who's been making those small plays. Bozeman turns it over on downs on 4th and manageable. Billings West, they take advantage and get a touchdown. So 2 good teams really just making the small plays, and maybe a confidence builder there for Isaiah Clonch, the junior. He told us this week he's been waiting for this game just all season long. West is just looking forward for a chance at Bozeman after they lost to them in the final week last year.
Well, these kids, they may be juniors, but they know who the good teams are going to be. They know Bozeman's going to be tough. They know across town Senior's going to be tough. They know where it's at. They want to play in these type of games.
And that kick throwing out of bounds for Spencer Berger. So again, great field position for Bozeman, winning the battle there most of the night for the Hawks.
Well, so we see Ken Eiden, who, you know, was a little gimpy earlier, played on that defensive series, and now he's jogging back out to play some offense here for Bozeman High. That's a good sign if you're a Bozeman Hawk fan. Seeing that young man, you know that there's going to be some physical play, and that guy's going to lead the way for you.
So here we go, Bozeman Hawks. Jake Jones Jake Jones used to work for us. Jordan Jones there. Must be missing my old buddy there, I guess. But Jordan Jones taking over on the 35 for Bozeman.
I think Jordan can throw it farther than Jake.
No argument there.
As Jones hands the ball off in the backfield, trying to get right back to the run game. They've had good success there. This offensive line been able to do some physical pushing of this defensive line of West. See if they continue that MO here as we get into short time here in the second quarter.
2nd and 8 for the Hawks on the 37. Jones, high snap, dropping back to pass. He's going to take a big hit, and Kenneth Eiden wide open down the middle. He's in a foot race with Taco Dowler. He can't make the tackle. Eiden the fourth all the way for the touchdown.
Well, the fourth just scored 6 right there as he was running scot-free down the middle of the field. A little bit of a blown coverage by West High. Little high snap, way to handle that. No need to read anything out when a guy's that open. Just get him the ball. And he does. And Taco Dowler trying to go low on the big guy. He's got some balance. He's got some hands. And right there, he's got the speed to finish it with some jazz hands. Ken Eiden, the fourth for 6.
First touchdown catch of the season, the 14th touchdown through the air from Mr. Jordan Jones, and all of a sudden this one opening up a little bit. The kick there good from Eccles. It's now 13-10 Bozeman.
We've seen some big gains. We just haven't seen any big plays. And right there, Bozeman High able to capitalize on the blown coverage by West. And Eiden with the size and speed able to hop over. Taco Dowler hops into the end zone. Folks, we went from a defensive struggle, and we're seeing a lot more offense just in the last couple of minutes, and now it's West's turn to see if they can score going into half. It only took them 30 seconds to get something going.
So, now they're licking their chops. They want their chance. I'm sure Taco Dowler excited. Not a lot of missed tackles for him this season, but it's kind of a bit of a different story when you're talking about chasing down Eiden the fourth.
Yeah, when you're outweighed by 60 pounds and that guy's going the same speed, you got two choices. You can go low and he can jump over you, or you can go for a ride on his back. And they went for a ride earlier, and that time Eiden showing a little athletic ability of his own, hopping over the smaller Dowler and getting into the end zone.
So we talked about him being the catalyst, and he's been that tonight this time, playing a lot of offensive snaps. And there's first touchdown catch of the season. Here's Taco Dowler on the kickoff return, and he's got a lot of space on the left side. All of a sudden it's closed off, but a flag down there at the 20-yard line. This one probably coming back.
Yeah, from that area where they're going to see a hold, and they are going to take it back. And you're right, it did look like there was a lot of options for Dowler. Made a couple of guys miss, but not before a host of Bozeman Hawks brought him down. And it's going to
block in the back called on Billings West, so that'll send them way back as they take over here with 3 minutes to go in the first half.
Send them back about the 10. Start off deep in their own field. See if they can dial up some magic on offense. They did have a nice sustained drive that last time, not before they had to go for it on 4th down. But nonetheless, the young quarterback Clonch finishes that drive. See what he can do starting this one off.
He's back there with Jamin Medlock on his own 10. The give is going to be to Medlock before he's taking stumbles forward there. It's hard to keep track of him.
Yep, just gets some sneaky yards at the end of that run right there. Keeps his feet going and his pads low. Medlock moved into Billings this year, and over the course of COVID, came into town and made the choice to go to West, and he's been a welcome addition to this program, says Coach Rob Stanton.
And there, Clonch pulls it out. The pass to Taco Dowler fell to the ground. Yeah, we thought Michael De Leon was going to really take over, but Medlock, as you said, moved in. 72 carries, coming in this one over 500 yards. He's been their primary ball carrier this season.
Well, Medlock's been, like I said, a nice addition. As you saw, Taco Dowler not able to hold on to the zone read pass right there.
Some short screen, and Brooks Talbot all over it. Senior leader there, just really gets him fired up.
He does a nice job. That one of those things on defense that you rely on is that emotion. When you have success in playing downhill, those screen passes right there, I believe, to Bergeson didn't go anywhere. Brings up 4th down, and the punting unit now for West High.
Spencer Berger back there to punt, an average of 36 yards a punt. Here, Bozeman, I think, is going to take a timeout to give their offense a little bit more time here before the first half wraps up.
Yeah, you saw Coach Weshy right there asking for it pretty demonstratively right down there, right in front of us. So Bozeman High calling a timeout right here on special teams, trying to get everything in order, maybe setting up a nice return, getting some things going, setting themselves up before the half again.
Yeah, they seem to always be taking over inside their own 50, and a chance to double up here before the half. Billings West will get the ball in the second half, so they're just trying to get what they came for. That explosive offense comes back, but the defense, or Bozeman, just really standing up to West in a way that they haven't seen so far this season.
Well, West High right there needed they had a couple of pass plays, and you were the one that said it earlier. I love the passing game. You were the one that said there's only bad things happen. That's a quote, folks. You can go back. We all watched the last couple of things where people say things and they have to replay them or get them posted on social media. So do that for my guy Spencer. But Bozeman High's defense right there really stepped up when they needed to. They had them backed up, and a good defense is going to feel that and start playing downhill, and they did exactly that. Got enough pressure to cause things to come out a little bit quickly, and those short-sided screen passes didn't go anywhere for West High.
38 total quarterback hurries this season, 17 sacks, and they're adding to that list tonight, at least with the hurries. Conch doing a good job of getting rid of it. You see a lot of those plays designed for him to get rid of it quickly, but to your credit, as you said, just swarming all over. And so here, Spencer Berger on the punt as Bozeman is set to catch it around the 50-yard line.
Yeah, they look like they're setting up for the return right here.
A lot of guys in the backfield. Punt's going to roll to the 50 and keep on rolling down to the 40, and it's picked up at around the 34-yard line. So nice punt there.
Yeah, great job by that young man getting that thing off. And it didn't go real far initially, but it took one of those bounces that you really, you count on in the special teams aspect of the game every once in a while. And that ball did bounce. If you're a West High Bear, did bounce your way that time.
So Bozeman takes over just over 2 minutes to go in the second quarter. First quarter really rolled along through a lot of running, a lot of defensive stops, and then all of a sudden it's opened up a bit here for the Hawks at least, and West getting that touchdown off Max Murphy. So we'll see what happens now here. 2 minutes to go. Hawks trying to get something for the half.
Bozeman had the big play right there, and they're just going to hand it off right here.
There's Wattenberger taken down by a bunch of Billings West Golden Bears that are on the 36.
Yeah, other than that big play that they gave up to Eiden, the fourth, West High's been pretty solid all along the way. They've been losing that field position battle, and right there with the big punt, able to not necessarily give Bozeman High the field position that they're used to having tonight.
So Bozeman switching to play at the line of scrimmage right now is Jones. He's back there with Eiden and Wattenberger. Wattenberger goes out wide. The give is to Eiden up the left side. He's taken down by Billings West at the line of scrimmage.
In West right there, they expected the run. They had 7-8 guys in the box right there and manned up all the perimeter guys on the outside. They knew that they were going to run. They keyed in on something early on that play. Brings up a long third down here for Bozeman.
Kylan Young on the tackle. 1:15 to go. 3rd and 7 for the Hawks. Got to be careful here. You don't want to give a great opportunity for Billings West before the half, so they're kind of taking their time now.
And you see Bozeman doing exactly that, getting a little bit conservative here. Don't need to do anything silly. The clock is their friend right now. They're working on taking a lead into the half against one of the top 2 teams in AA right now.
So here a flag, perhaps delay a game. Maybe they waited a little too long.
Delay game.
Yep, it was a delay game on Bozeman, taking all the time in the world. So now 3rd and 12 for the Hawks at the 32.
That looked like it might have been by design, because you see Coach Weshy standing right down there by the guy barking in all the plays. So his hand was up the whole time, and you see Big Ken Eiden jogging off so that they can get this into a little bit more of a skill position perimeter guy onto the field right now with the 3rd and long.
And now Coach Rob Stanton taking a timeout. He looks a little mad, like he wanted it earlier. Now 44 seconds left. 3rd and 12 for Bozeman. He's trying to give his offense another chance at this.
Well, that's what you have to do. I mean, right now, if you're West High with 44 seconds left, probably going to be right around 40. And you've got 3 timeouts, and you've got a quarterback that he can sling it a little bit, and he's got a lot of weapons. So 44, 40 seconds, whatever it's going to be when they get it back, he looks at this as an opportunity to put points on the board and maybe steal a possession going into the half. They get it when they come back out. So this is one of those things where, if you can capitalize on their inability to run the clock out, this could be huge for West High for a little momentum.
You see that right there, leading Billings West out, big 55, Paul Brott. I love with both of these teams actually not just going Bears, and they're going 50 seconds now on the clock, adding about 6 left.
Coach Stanton pleaded his case rather vigorously down there. Got a little animated and got 6 seconds out of it. So almost a full ride if you're a bull rider. 2 seconds short of 8. Coming out of the chute, getting 6 out of it. And we're going to see what Bozeman High has up their sleeve here on 3rd down.
Wattenbarger back there with Mr. Jones. On 3rd and long for the Hawks. And they are going to go in the air. They got Macbeth running under. And across the middle is picked off by Medlock at the 35-yard line. Now the 30 up the side. He's just going to run out of bounds at the 18 in a costly turnover for the Hawks with 40 seconds left in the half.
Yeah, Medlock playing deep safety back there. He and Riley Bergeson, a great tandem there in the back end of that West High defense. And Medlock just breaks on this ball and catches it like it was supposed to be thrown to him. Another 2-interception game as you see Riley Bergeson on the field there, but Medlock down the field. Big play for West High as they flip the script on the field position. And these turnovers, 2 for each team here in the first half.
And as you said, just 2 interceptions all year long for Jordan Jones. Those coming in Billings, and now 2 so far tonight in the first half. Also at De La Stadium, Isaiah Clonch taking over at the 18-yard line for Billings West. Back there with him is Michael De Leon. He gets the give down the middle, bursts through the hole. He's taken down at the 14.
Well, he got a great block on the second level from his fullback down there. That was Max Murphy, the H-back hybrid guy who had the big gain on 4th down earlier. But De Leon got up in that hole pretty quick. As we get another timeout here for West before the half.
Max Murphy, one of those juniors you mentioned on this team. Big shoes to fill, of course. That was Hunter Morris's position last year, a guy who's really a leader for the Golden Bears.
Well, this West High offensive line, you kind of get the feel that they were a little bit nervous early. The 2 running backs between De Leon and I'm losing his name right now. Medlock. It's hard when the guy's on defense too, and he just made a huge play picking off that ball. It's amazing where my brain goes. It's probably cold by my feet right now. But those running backs early on were getting some pretty decent blocks. But both offensive lines right now showing they're not as nervous as they were at the beginning. That run game is kind of starting to come alive.
Got a timeout by the Bears, so they just have 1 left now. 34 seconds to go in the half, and knocking on the doorstep of another touchdown here.
Big possession here for the Bears. Can't come away empty-handed right before the half.
And they do get possession in the second half to start as Conch drops back, looking in the flat to his running back. He's nailed immediately, but not brought down as De Leon, eventually taken down by Talbot at the 10.
Well, Talbot there to finish him off. He was hit right away, but you saw De Leon has great balance and great hands. That's one of the things I asked Coach early this week. You know, you throw the ball quite a bit, but it's all perimeter stuff. When are you going to start getting the ball to your back? And that's one of the progressions that you have in a young quarterback is he's so focused on getting it to his wide receivers. He forgets that there's a lot of outlets, a lot of checkdowns, and a lot of pressure can be, kind of taken off his shoulders if he hits the easy one. And De Leon right there shows how tough it can be to bring down a running back once they get the ball in their hands. That's what they're designed to do, get tough yards. And De Leon right there finishes a nice short possession throw with another 5 to 6 yards and brings up 3rd and short for this West High offense.
Yeah, both coaches talking about how this is a worthy opponent for both of them ahead of the playoffs, and a chance for them to see where they're at in terms of scenarios, right? So 3rd and 1 here, 24 seconds left in the half. No timeouts left for West anymore. We'll see if they go on the ground, and then if that offense can be quick back to the line of scrimmage. It's Murphy there now on the left side for Clonch. He is going to give to De Leon up the middle. He's brought down, but he gets the first down at the 5-yard line.
You got a physical wrestling match out here on the ground. It's just eating up time.
And a lot of little tussle, kind of a weird thing going on there at the 11-yard line as Talbot was standing over Mr. Paul Brott, and now we have an injury for the Hawks.
Yeah, there's another Bozeman Hawk down right there at the line of scrimmage. But that play happened really quick, and that's one of the things we talked about, the 2 complementary backs that Bozeman has. West High has kind of the same thing with Matlock and De Leon right there.
So the clock does stop with the injury with 19 seconds left as De Leon picked up the first down. So 1st and goal on the 5-yard line. And that's Spencer down for Bozeman. We've called his name a lot tonight, the offensive and defensive lineman.
Yeah, he plays the ball. He plays very well, very active young man. Of course, he had the big hit earlier on Medlock that caused the fumble. As you see, Bozeman signaling in the defense right here down inside the 5. Got to have a big stop here if you're a Hawk. And Spencer looks like he's coming off under his own power right there. We'll probably see him in the second half. He's a tough young man. He'll shake it off.
First and goal here from the 5-yard line. Clock now rolling, 19 seconds ago. The give is a De Leon. He's taken down immediately in the backfield. Still plugging along. No, and De Leon finds the end zone. What in the world? Looked like a loss of 1, and it turns into 6 points from Michael De Leon.
You've got 5 Bozeman Hawks sitting in the backfield, and Ken Eiden IV is sitting right there going, what just happened? We had him stopped, but De Leon, along with a couple of his buddies, and you see it right here. We get a great view of it right from the end zone. There's De Leon. Looks like he's stopped. Looks like he's down on the ground. He's not. He's got his feet going. And now, let's get some help, guys. Pull him in there. Riley Burgess and all of his buddies in the weight room. Those guys are spotters, and they spot him into the end zone. As we see the, the extra point right there. Not successful for West High.
So somehow Michael De Leon finds end zone. I was already moving to the next play. I was thinking, is he going to get down in time? Or are they going to be able to get another snap off? And then with 7 seconds to go, he scores for Billings West. You saw there the extra point for Berger, no good. So it's 16-13 Bears.
There's a lot of things that they had to have happen if he'd have gone down in order to get another snap off. I'm sure that they had another play called, but him keeping his feet going, if you're a coach, you're thinking he's going to get tackled and you're going to run out of time, and so you're panicked. It goes from one of those things where you're like, get down, or then go. So West benefiting there from some off-season strength work by not only Mr. De Leon, but the rest of those West Highgate Bears pulling and pushing him into the end zone. And there's the stolen possession we talked about. As we in the last 5 minutes here, we've seen the ball go back and forth between these two teams, and a lot of scoring in this second quarter, something we didn't see in the first quarter of this game.
And as we said, West does get the ball to start the second half, so could be a chance for them to really take over with some momentum here after everything was going Bozeman's way before that interception for Mr. Medlock. So here's Spencer Berger on the kickoff. Just 7 seconds left in the first half. He's going to kick it deep down the right side again, out of bounds, just like his last kickoff.
Well, there's something going on with him. He had some great success kicking the ball through the upright early, and right now, as kickers go, Mr. Berger is he's got to figure some stuff out right now, because he's going to be a key component of this Bears team if they're going to be able to pull this one off tonight.
So Bozeman will get the ball at the 35-yard line with one more play to go. And hey, you never know, we've seen some big plays on the ground, whether it be Eiden, Wattenberger, Citraro. So maybe just a chance here to see if they can pick up anything on a run.
Well, with 7 seconds left, don't do anything that's going to hurt you or hurt anybody else. As we see Spencer jogging back out there, a young man that walked himself off the field earlier. He's really important to this offense as he's their center.
Here they are in the pistol is Bozeman, and Jones will give it to Citraro. It looks like going up the middle. He's brought down at the 40-yard line. Always multiple Billings West defenders there, and that will be the first half. 16-13. This one is exactly what we promised you, a battle between two of the best in the state. And right now the Bears clinging to a 3-point lead. Back to check out some of his first half highlights after this. We don't need all the kicks, my goodness. Kicking, baby. So we'll go kick. Kick. I love that shovel pass to Max. Dad, I love that one.
And then we got Spencer.
Spencer forcing the fumble.
Yep.
Both these defenses are got to just be like guys, come on.
Oh.
Like, we're doing our job for the most part, you know, like 71 passed yards, 112 rush yards.
And shovel to Max Murphy.
They got stats up there. I'm trying to write down.
Oh, no worries.
9 for first down. 8 first down. West. Bozeman. 2 TL. 2 TL. That was nuts too. Medlock. 42 yards. 914, 71 yards.
That's it? Okay. What is it? What?
Welcome back to Dalis Stadium. At halftime, the Bears up 16-13 over Bozeman, and here are those highlights from the first half. It was the kickers making their names known early.
Well, we're going to see you saw the 6-3 score, and you're thinking these are two high-powered offenses. What's going on? It's a soccer match. Those two kickers did a heck of a job finishing drives for their offenses. We see Bozeman gets two. The one play that we're not going to give you a highlight for is the onside kick. That it was a big momentum swing in Bozeman's favor, but they were up 6-3 early.
And then, you know, those defenses really starting to take over, forcing a bunch of turnoffs there. Big man Cameron Spencer forcing the fumble.
Yeah, Spencer just trailing the play right there, wraps up Medlock, forces the fumble. And then you're going to see something here you're not we didn't expect, a fourth down play as we wrap this one up when they say it's Bozeman's ball. But you see right here is number 8 sitting right there in the good athletic position right there, gets the shovel pass, and then takes off with it. Big Max Murphy rumbling down to around the 11-yard line before Bozeman gets to him. And that sets up an Isaiah Clonch. Easy for me to get right this time, Isaiah. A nice little Isaiah Clonch zone read right here. He's going to come right into your living rooms right there, pushing Max out of the way for the first touchdown of the game after all those lovely field goals. And then here's another nice big play to a guy we talked a lot about, Big Ken Eiden IV, and now he's rumbling away. And another guy we've talked about quite a bit has been eye candy. Taco Daller misses a tackle right there. And Eiden, big play, the big play of the first half for Bozeman High.
Yeah, after that first touchdown there you saw by Clonch, the game really started to open up. We were talking about how these defenses are kind of just begging their offenses to not turn the ball over, but they're crucial. Jamin Medlock picking it off with under a minute to go. He brought it all the way down to the 18-yard line, and that set up Billings West for a chance to take the lead.
Yeah, and this was a play not a lot of time left on the clock. Weren't sure if they could get another play in, and De Leon right here just keeps his legs rolling. I thought he was down. You thought he was down. The only person that didn't think he was down was him. And a bunch of Billings West kids pulling him into the end zone right there. And you see the Bozeman Hawks shaking their head, not knowing what's going on. Unfortunately, both teams are headed into the half right now. And if you're a West High Bear, you've got a lot of confidence built off that last turnover and touchdown. And if you're Bozeman, you had them right where you wanted them. And now you got to fix a couple of things.
Both of these teams wanted to establish the run, and they've done exactly that. Bozeman 113 yards on the ground. West 112 yards on the ground. So two evenly matched opponents. As we said, West with a 3-point lead. We'll be back with more for halftime coming up soon. Well, we've had a full slate of SWX games, and feeding us here in Billings has been Jersey Mike's. Thank you for providing the pregame meal for our crew. Jersey Mike's, always a sub above. They got those top rounds trimmed, that choice roast beef cooked when you order. It's the only way to ensure the tastiest sub. Freshly baked bread as well every day. Go find them in Shiloh Crossing, and thank you for feeding our crew this fall season.
Yeah, and don't forget, we've got one more volleyball game this season, and it's a perfect way to finish a great year of volleyball on SWX Montana. Next Thursday, we'll be broadcasting live from the brand new Gallatin High School when the Raptors host their crosstown rivals, the Bozeman Hawks. You get more Bozeman action over there in the Gallatin Valley. You can catch our final volleyball game of the season when coverage begins at 7 o'clock on SWX Montana.
Tell you what, if you're a Bozeman fan, there's not a lot of reason to sit here on the snowy, icy bleachers when we almost always have the game for you on SWX here. I mean, you could just stay warm, stay at home.
Well, one of the things, I had to make some phone calls this week to, ensure things were going their way, and there were some people here in Billings that they were planning on staying home because they looked ahead and saw the weather. So if you're at home tonight, congratulations, you're warmer than we are.
Well, second half coming up here soon. West still 16-13 lead over Bozeman.
These teams.
It got colder. Halftime about to wrap up, but here's the Eastern AA standings coming into the final week of the season. As you see there, Billings West sitting at 6-0. Senior, we just saw in second. They're at 42-14 on Gallatin. So kind of no matter what happens, those are your top three, it looks like. Of course, the top two get a bye in the first week of the playoffs.
And Bozeman kind of fell victim to, they fell victim to a game getting canceled because of a COVID versus Belgrade, so they lost the game, but nonetheless, they look like they're a primed playoff team here in the East. Those top three teams right now, West has beaten Senior rather handily here, but they relied on the big play late. It was close early and then kind of ran away there at the end. But these top three teams right now looking very, very good here on the eastern side of the state.
Yeah, and Skyview improved to 3-4 with a win over Belgrade last night. Great Falls High, though, up 21-0, so it looks like the Falcons won't get a chance to host a playoff game. They'll have to go to Great Falls. And so, well, we have, as I said, good one here right now between West and Bozeman. We'll be back with the second half kickoff on SWX. Yeah, I was hoping CMR could pull off an upset. Final game of the regular season here at Dalis Stadium. And here's our second half kickoff. Elijah Eccles for Bozeman, trailing 3 right now to the Billings West Golden Bears. They scored right before half behind Michael De Leon, and they get another chance here. Put some more points on the board. As you see a perfect spiral there from Eccles on the kickoff. Taco Dowler bringing up the right side. He's drugged down at the 23.
Dowler fielded that thing pretty cleanly for it to be kind of a wobbler like that. Like you say, it was a good spiral. You don't see that too often off the tee. Nonetheless, Dowler takes the ball out over the 20 in this West High offense. See what they can do coming out of halftime here, setting up on the 23.
Been doing it a little bit differently than usual, I'd say, for them. Not so much perimeter. You haven't heard Caden Dowler or Taco Dowler called too much. Here's Taco Dowler in motion. The gives to Medlock up the middle, but Bozeman all over at that time.
Right there, Medlock getting some, trying to get some tough yards on first down right there. That's the one thing they've used Taco Dowler a lot is that window dressing or eye candy, trying to influence the defense, and Bozeman not having much of it early here in the second half.
Yeah, Eiden the fourth hand crashing down the middle instead of the contain on Dowler. This time Conch gonna go through the air down the middle. He's looking for his guy, fell on the ground, and it's picked off. And running up the field still and eventually out of bounds is Reese Stanish. A big turnover. The second pick for Isaiah Clonch gets things started for the Hawks.
Stanish was really, really deep, and Clonch had to try to get it to him. And boy, he hit him right in the numbers. He overthrew his receiver by quite a bit right there. This ball sails on him. Felt a little bit of pressure, and boy, Stanish didn't have to do much here. As 22 just grabs that and heads to the sideline. West High with the first big play here coming out of halftime.
You saw Zach Erbacher, the receiver, kind of fall down. Clonch so far tonight, 9 for 15, 1 rushing touchdown, but 2 interceptions. And here's Jordan Jones. He's got 2 interceptions tonight as well, but goes out to the flat to Wattenbarger. Some space on the side, taken down at the 20-yard line by De Leon.
Yeah, little play action, freezes everybody, and then just takes the easy throw to Wattenberger, and Wattenberger knows what to do with it right there. Gets a good gain on first down for Bozeman.
So we'll see Bozeman been in the red zone a lot today. I want to say it's the 4th time they had 2 field goals going, 1 no good, and some turnovers. See if they can capitalize here in the second half as Eiden IV bursts up the hole, bringing guys down with him to the 10-yard line.
Eiden showing, he's back at 100% running the ball there. He's a big dude, 230, 240 pounds right there on a cold night. That you feel all 240 pounds of that when they're running downhill at you.
And Bozeman at the line of scrimmage again. Jordan Jones, this time Wattenbarger going to try to go all the way down the left side, but De Leon bringing him down along with his man, Dean Amundsen.
Amundsen right there holding contain on the side there. And one of the things that this West High defense is fast. On the back end and on the edge, they have some speed, and right there they were able to run down Wattenberger for maybe a little bit of, quite a bit of a big loss there. Brings up second goal outside of the 15.
Jones play action on Eiden has Wattenberger down the middle, and he couldn't bring it down.
Oh, just that little, again, they're using play action very effectively to get past that second level. And that was a pretty good ball. Wattenberger just unable to hold that one in. Tough ball to catch, but nonetheless, he got both hands on that. You expect a cagey vet like Wattenberger to come down with that one.
It's a cold ball, maybe giving Wattenberger some issues, and another 3rd and long for goal on their own on the 18-yard line. They have a long ways to go for a touchdown. Maybe just going to go to the ground here. We'll see Jordan Jones back to pass, throwing to the end zone to the right, but doesn't have anyone there. Some miscommunication maybe with Macbeth.
Yeah, it looked like it was kind of a read and react choice route. He chose one way, thought he was going to choose the other, and they're going to bring in the guy that's had a lot of good success tonight was this Elijah Eccles kicking the football. He's really had some big plays tonight for Bozeman and really kept them getting their momentum going, and then kept it going with that onside kick in the first half.
2 for 3 tonight on his field goal attempts. 2 for 3 on the whole season before tonight, and here he is again. This one will be his longest. Hold is good. Here's the kick, and it's right down the middle. Elijah Eccles back on track. 3 for 4, and that ties us up at 16.
Eccles able to finish the drive for Bozeman as he did a couple of times in the first half. That young man's got some talent, and he ties us up here early in the second half.
So the interception crucial for Billings West, but that defense able to hold them off for just 3. We're all tied up at 16 here at Dale Stadium. Here's the replay of that kick from Elijah Eccles right down the uprights. He's good for 9 points tonight.
After the one that we thought he made but was missed, we got the right angle on that one, and sure, we were making the right call up here as he gets his 3rd field goal of the night.
And this time he will go deep over the head. Taco Dowler, no, it takes a bounce and lands right at the 1-yard line. Dowler in trouble trying to make some guys miss, but he's taken down at the 11. Eccles talking a little bit of smack right now at the 50-yard line. Everything just bouncing his way.
Confidence is high. I repeat, confidence is high with Bozeman High's Elijah Eccles. Right there, gets the ball to spin. Check stops it, spins backwards right next to the cup, but Taco Dowler there to pick it up, knows what to do with it. Gets some yardage back, but that thing looked like, to me, like it was going to go into the end zone. Taco Dowler a little bit smarter and in a little better position to pick it up and make some yardage.
So Billings West gets the drive started with a run down the middle to Jamin Medlock. That's good for about 4 before he's eventually taken down.
And Bozeman High right now, they know they want to run it. It's important for them to have success on first down. They're bowing their backs just a little bit, knowing that West High trying to throw Jamin Medlock right down their throats.
Turnovers, the big story, and the difference, I'd say, why we're even so far. 3 for Billings West, 2 interceptions from Isaiah Claunch there. Good job, separate in the pocket, drops a beautiful ball down to Taco Dollar, but they're going to say his feet were not in bounds.
Yeah, that's a tough one, running that corner, not exactly knowing where he's at right there. Bobbled the ball just a little bit. He did catch it, but he had a little bit of a bobble, didn't have possession of it in the field of play.
But here you look at Isaiah Claunch, you were saying he started off in the game doing a good job stepping up in the pocket, and another nice job of buying some time there. Maybe something to build on.
Wow, great job by Dollar dragging that foot. At a little higher level, that didn't get replayed, but tonight we don't have that luxury. Second, third down now for West High's offense.
Billings West, Brooks Talbot there got a little excited. He was coming in hot off the edge. And West may be able to pick up the first down there just off the penalty.
It's going to be close here. Let's see if they take big steps or little steps.
That last catch is one of those where parents and coaches start pointing at all of our camera guys and saying, don't we have a replay tonight on SWX?
Unfortunately, those guys down there that are all bundled up, dressed like zebras, they don't get that luxury of a redo right there.
And it will be a new set of chains for Billings West at the 23. Here's Claunch set to drop back. He's hurried up from Billings West. That pass falling incomplete. And he had Jamin Medlock wide open. You're saying that's kind of the next step for his progression.
Well, he was getting ready to throw, but when you have number 16, Luke Fadik, right there in your lap, Fadik that time, he rushed upfield and then came back under his tackle, forcing the pressure there and hit Claunch right as he throws right there. Great job by that young man switching it up.
Again, Dollar in motion, but the give is to Medlock. He's taken down quickly for just a pickup of a couple. And Billings West did a nice job of managing that defense at the time. When they played Billings Senior, kind of ran away with that one. But with Fadik, Eiden, and those big boys Spencer in the middle, he's been rushed a lot tonight.
Yeah, this Bozeman High defensive line is doing a great job early, kind of winning the line of scrimmage battle.
So 3rd and 8 for the Golden Bears. Claunch by himself back there. Bozeman rushes 3. They try to set up a little screen, and they were all over it. Neil Daly buying some time. He's drugged down, though, by Luke Fadik. The defensive end getting out there.
Fadik, as soon as they went empty backfield, that's a definite. You saw great film work that's been done during the week by this Bozeman High football staff and team. What a great adjustment right there. There's a definite tell when they get into that formation right there with that motion. That's going to be a screen pass. They sniffed it out and forcing a punt here by Billings West.
Set to punt back there, Spencer Berger. Punt from his own 10-yard line. Little pressure there. He gets it off. We'll see. Everyone's just going to kind of get away. He gets a friendly roll out at the 39-yard line where Bozeman will take over, and the Hawks, besides that touchdown there at the end, it seems like if their offense can just not turn the ball over, then they're stuffing Billings West so far.
Well, these coaches knew something. That's why they've got those jobs to where the key to tonight's game is the turnover battle. Of course, you never want any. But tonight we see exactly what they're talking about. What a big momentum shift. And then the ability of both of these teams, the team speed that they have and the awareness right there and how well coached they are. They can do something when they have the ball in their hands. And those guys on defense, they're explosive too.
Yeah, both pretty even at halftime. 9 first downs for Billings West compared to Bozeman's 8. And here they take over. They give to Contrero. He busts up the hole. Good for a gain of 7 on first down.
This Bozeman backfield with Eiden as a big bruising back, and then you have Wattenberger who catches the ball really well, and then Citraro's quickness to the line and through the line on that one for a big gain. What a nice luxury to have those 3 type of athletes back there.
And the hurry has helped them, and there's the play action. Pass is completed for Bozeman. Brady Lang hauling it in.
Yeah, and Brady Lang just ran through the edge defender right there. They're in a little zone coverage underneath. He came open right after that guy. And Jones right there delivers a strike to move the chains for Bozeman High.
Jones with 99 yards through there in the first half. This time, snap goes over his head. He's chasing after it. Lands on it, but it's going to send him back to the 45.
Well, we called Mr. Spencer's name earlier for doing some good things, and right there he snapped the ball way over a 6'3" quarterback's head.
Second time they've had an issue on the snap. Jordan Jones at least falling on top of it. You see Paul Brott coming right after him. That's a scary sight for a quarterback.
Yeah, you don't want to have Paul Brott just running free, jumping on your quarterback's back, even on a fumble.
So now second and way long play action for Jones. He's going to air it out down the hole. Caden Dowler back there for West. Can't haul the interception. So still be third down for Bozeman.
Yeah, Caden Dowler looked like he had a chance at that one. The wide receiver turned into the defender on that one, and not, that's Palethorpe making the play on that, not allowing Caden Dowler there to make the play. But right there, you saw Jones getting a shot by Paul Brott. They saw each other early on the last play. And right there, you see Caden Dowler not able to haul it in there, bringing up third down in a long, long trek if they're going to move these change.
3rd and 25 to be exact, and they're just going to give it to Contrero up the middle. No, it was play action, but they read it, Billings West, and they were back there in the backfield right away. Kylan Young wrestling Jones to the backfield.
That, to me, folks, I mean, that the zone read play right there, that was a give. That was a give. Give that one up and let your running back run it. Otherwise, looks like Kylan Young and Mr. Jones were on the wrestling mats there for a minute before the refs blew that one dead.
So these two defenses now just going back and forth, showing off what they can do. And the punt was off. Jamin Medlock there back to receive. He's just going to let it roll. Takes a little deflections, but Billings West will take back over at the 26-yard line. So the initial field goal in the second half, since then, both defenses just kind of showing off what they can do.
Now, we talked about Bozeman's defense shutting down this West High offense, not allowing them to do much of anything. And right there, Billings West's defense pushed this Bozeman offense right back. And, these defenses are showing kind of what championship football teams are made of.
So Quanch, the junior, he's been great all season, but first time he faces a little bit of adversity. And again, they're going to try to establish the run. De Leon taken down awkwardly by Eiden there.
Eiden just crashing in from his defensive end spot. Looked a little bit more violent, but both boys getting back up, ready to play another down.
Seen that a lot. Fadique and Eiden, they seem to know that run up the middle is coming, and they're just really crashing. We'll see if Billings West can do something to take advantage of it. And there they give. Oh, lots of space for De Leon this time inside the 50-yard line.
And that's kind of where they've had.
And they're going to add more.
Late flag right there as De Leon popped up and
tack on 15 yards. It looks like that's
Brooks
tough.
Talbot, just pursuing the play, gets run into by the running back, and right there the referee sees it, and of course they're going to give him a penalty and march this West High football team even further down the field. But De Leon, before all this took place, after the play at the line of scrimmage, there's good get off by that offensive line, and they were able to hit that edge hard and fast. And De Leon's on you very, very quick and downfield for a good gain for West High.
De Leon and Medlock both with 42 yards rushing in the first half. Medlock been the lead rusher so far, but we've seen De Leon with a little bit more luck so far against that Bozeman defense. And here you'll see shooting up the middle De Leon, and then the penalty at the end tacks on 15 more.
Yeah, you're going to see right at the point of attack, Jaden Hoff, we called his name earlier, doing a great job over there. 6'1", 225-pound senior for a change for this West High offense. Good block over there, his right tackle spot.
That's a tough flag for me, but De Leon again pounding his way up the middle. He's going to be brought down by Patrick Lang, but he's starting to really work it going behind that O-line.
The offensive line for both of these teams are leaning and pushing and getting good yardage, allowing their running backs to get to that second level and continue to run with pace and leverage. Both sides running games really kind of writing the book for them tonight.
There's Clonch again to De Leon. This time he bounces it off. He's got one man to beat, and he's taken down inside the red zone by Tucker Macbeth.
Well, Jaden Perkins was right there. Josh Perkins, I believe it's his youngest son. It's younger than his other son. But Jaden was right there, and De Leon was able to make a quick step, jump cut, and get downfield for another gain for this West High running game.
West often with speed and creativity on the perimeter. Nothing creative right now, just giving it to De Leon down the middle, and that time Bozeman in the backfield. Macbeth gets him behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, look who's getting up blast from the bottom. It's Eiden again, just making a pile. And then Perkins and all the rest, Spencer's in there. All those guys, good pursuit. That defensive line bowing up down here deep in their own territory.
For me, when we do these games, that always shows kind of who the good teams are, right? When you look at Billings West and Bozeman, there's always 3-4 guys on almost every tackle involved.
Great pursuit makes great defense.
So your second down, Claunch looking out wide for De Leon, and he won't haul that one down as he had guys waiting for him.
Yeah, there's a bunch of Bozeman Hawks waiting in the wings, just like you said. But he had Brooks Talbot coming in hot. He had to get rid of that pretty darn quick. And he just stared down the barrel of that gun, and he delivered a strike, and De Leon just took his eyes off of it right there at the last minute and then paid the price. His big Mike, well, I'm just going to say Wisner.
So 3rd and goal for Billings West. A little bit of miscommunication. Claunch trying to buy time. And again, just can't really get the pass going to Erbacher as Talbot in his face. And he's looking a little shaken up with those guys running in his face every time.
There's a lot of things happened on that one. You talked about the confusion, and then he had the wherewithal to step up and roll out to his right there, and he's a left-handed quarterback. That rolling out away from your strong arm, that's a tough thing, and you saw the young quarterback right there struggle a little bit, tried to feel that pass in there, threw it short right at Erbacher's feet, and brings up 4th down, and another opportunity for the kickers to have an impact tonight.
Spencer Berger lining up for the field goal. Look at this one, kick low and right at our camera. And so Bozeman gets a stop. Spencer Berger can't get a good foot on that one.
Berger right there just overstrided a little bit, but you know, that hurts really, really bad going back to that sideline. You had all the momentum in the world on your side and then just flip the script, and we're going to bring it right to you right here, unfortunately, for Mr. Berger, but you see it right there, just a little bit over the top of that one. And if you're a Bozeman High Hawk right now, you kind of dodged a bullet. See what you can do with this opportunity that's been gifted to you by West High.
I was about to say this 3rd quarter really mirroring the start of the first half, but that kick not able to go down for him. So Bozeman will take over as Jones looking for the play call here on his own 19-yard line.
And
John have his center.
The center taking the play in right there is Spencer. A little bit late, but getting over the ball, knows what he's got to do right here.
So Bozeman takes over after the missed field goal by Berger. The give down the middle to Wattenberger. Picks up 3.
Wattenberger running hard right up there, right into the heart of that defense. He brings up 2nd and 6 right here. But again, these running games having a bigger impact than we might have guessed early on.
Both teams just hitting each other in the mouth over and over. Still tied at 16 here as the clock. It's 3.5 to go in the 3rd. Again, the give down the middle. Wattenberger finding a little more space, and that's good for a new set of downs.
That's a great little run. There's a lot of garbage in there to sort through. Had the initial hole he gets through, and then he shows some nimble feet and the ability. Again, Wattenberger has a nasty habit of just falling forward, and if he goes down where he's touched, it's 2nd and short, as in his case, falls that cross, brings up 1st down again for Bozeman High.
This time Jones rolling out to his left. He's had success when he's done that. And once again, Macbeth making a move up the side, cutting it up the field, drugged down by Caden Paul eventually, but down to the 38-yard line is their leading receiver, Tucker Macbeth.
Well, Macbeth right there hits the X button, stops on the sideline, backs up a little bit, spins out of a tackle. What a great play by that young man. How about Jones throwing the strike right here, rolling to his weak side, winds up, delivers a strike, and right there, Medlock goes flying by. A little Top Gun move for you guys who like Tom Cruise movies, and Macbeth, big play for Bozeman High.
And how about the move that time from Contrero buying some more yardage for his Hawks? And you see Jones, you know, we always talk about throwing across your body when they roll it to the left like that as a right-handed thrower, but it seems like he prefers it. They've been setting him up that way a lot in this game.
Yeah, he's very comfortable doing that as a senior. You expect that. He's grown into this role as their starting quarterback. Very nice.
The snow starting to come down once again. Give down the middle to Contrero, and he's brought down by a bunch of Golden Bears. Caden Paul again involved on that one.
Yeah, Citraro getting the tough work downhill up the middle of that with those offensive linemen pushing the defense back. Those guys right in the middle of that 1-2 punch with Citraro and Wattenberger being very effective as they bring that heavy formation with Eiden And the tight end right in there with Jackson Cotton coming in. They ran very, very consistently to that heavy set early in the first half with Wattenberger.
3rd and 5 for the Bozeman Hawks. A little bit of a hard count now to give to Wattenberger. He's taken down by Caden Paul. Looks like he'll be a yard short.
Yeah, they ran a little power back, bringing Cotton back across there, and Wattenberger ran it hard up inside, although he's brought up short of the first down marker. Brings up 4th down here for Bozeman.
4th down.
Caden Paul, second on this team, 15 solo tackles. He's in double digits tonight. So here, 4th and about 1 for the Bozeman Hawks. They're staying out there, and here they give to Wattenberger. He's in trouble.
A lot
Nice
of black
pursuit, and
jerseys
eventually-
swarming the ball. Big down there on 4th down. We see a bunch of flags thrown late as a couple of perimeter guys got into a wrestling match over there on the far side of the field.
Brady Lang on the ground right near the Bozeman sideline, so we'll see what happens. Billings West made a great play. They're stuffing him on 4th down. You saw Neil Daly kind of at least jumping on top of the pile, but we'll see what the flag will be.
I think it's going to be a dead ball regardless. They stopped him there for 4. Yeah, they're.
After the penalty, Wester High takes over on down. 1st and 10.
And you're going to see it right here as Wattenberger gets it, but this West High defense swarming to the ball. Daly leading the charge, and then coming in late right here. That was Eiden blocking De Leon right there and got caught doing something he wasn't supposed to, and that.
Yeah, I think everyone's seen Brady Lang getting taken down, but they got Kenneth Eiden, as you said, on the block there actually.
Trying to let the official get his call in there, stopped short, but yeah, Ken Eiden getting a little bit rambunctious with on the edge of the play and got caught.
A big stop for the Golden Bears defense, and they get started here again with a run to Medlock. He's got a little bit of space. That's good for a 1st down after a big collision there at the end.
Yeah, Bozeman's free safety comes up right there, and Reese Stanish delivers a blow, bends him over backwards a little bit. He was a little nimble at the beginning of the play and then got going a little bit, and Reese Stanish met him down there, right there at the end, but not before he was able to get a 1st down for West High.
And last drive, we saw a lot of gives right up the middle for De Leon. This time, getting Medlock going. We'll see how Isaiah Clonch responds on this drive. Speaking with Taco Dowler earlier in the week, he said they haven't faced any adversity. They haven't been punched in the mouth this season, but he knew Bozeman would, and that's happened so far in this 3rd quarter.
Yeah, they're getting a lot of face shots tonight, smacked around a little bit. I'll tell you what, if our guys pan back, watch how deep Reese Stanish is for this Bozeman High defense. He's almost 15 to, between 15 and 20 yards at the snap, depending on the coverage they're playing. He's playing center field back there as he's backing up into your living rooms. He's coming downhill fast on these West High runners.
1st downs at the 34-yard line for West. They got about 8 yards to go. Sierra Clonch drops back. Still trying to buy time and look for a man. He's going to have to just tuck it and run, going for the 1st down marker, but he runs out of bounds first at the 37.
Well, he's young quarterback, 1st-year starter, not necessarily aware all the time of where those yard markers are at. He'll grow into that role. He had a couple of guys there. He had Medlock early, and when he was scrambling, he decided to keep it himself and brings up another big 4th down here. We're getting a couple of 4th downs, very meaningful downs here early in this 3rd quarter. Well, I guess late now in the 3rd quarter as we got 3 seconds left.
Yep, final play of the 3rd quarter as Max Murphy moves to the left. 4th and 4 for Billings West. Again, Klon stepping over in the pocket. He's just going to throw it downfield, and that's going to be another turnover on downs.
Right there, he threw into coverage right there. His intended receiver, he had his initial defender right on his hip, and we were talking about how deep Standish sits playing center field. Boy, he had to fit the ball into a small window, and he's lucky that one wasn't picked off.
16-16, 2 of the best in the state, ladies and gentlemen, and we have the 4th quarter next on SWX.
You got to get those two kids involved.
Yeah. Okay. It's like there's nothing in the middle, though. You know, it's just like if it's short, then it's a screen.
Yeah, but if you hit him you don't have to throw it in the middle. You throw it right on the hash.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll get the Jersey Mikes going.
Okay. If we get a chance. We can do it anytime.
Okay.
Because we're playing. Tell you what. Gone are the days when there was a little bit of a break between a quarter.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, it's cold, too. These guys want to get out of here.
Yeah. If you want.
Yeah.
Go ahead, right out of the break.
Well, we've got a Bozeman High Hawks player right down. You missed one play as a 4-yard gain there on first down as Winslow Perry, obviously in a little bit of pain there. So as we watch that young man get attended to by our medical staff here, it is cold here tonight, folks. These kids, they may be wearing the short sleeves and whatnot, but, it is pretty chilly here.
Yeah, they still got to show off, how tough they are, and they're in the weight room and all that stuff. I do like that Kenneth Eiden still wearing the long sleeves. He doesn't need to prove anything.
Yeah, I'm glad he wore those. It made me kind of nervous when he was a sophomore, and I saw him coming out, and I was like, holy cow, who's that kid? Where's he going next year? Oh, he's going to Bozeman High because he's only a sophomore, but that young man will be at Montana State. Hey, before I forget tonight, it takes a lot to put on a production like this. I'd like to thank the guys over at Jersey Mike's. They provided everybody with some subs for our crew and everybody in the pregame meals, and they threw in some hot chocolate as well. So Jersey Mike's is always a sub above. They had USDA roast beef and top rounds trimmed to cook when you order, because it's the only way to ensure the tasty sub, freshly made bread every day as well. They also have pretty good gluten-free bread for those of us that can't eat real bread. So Jersey Mike's and Chiley Crossing, find out why it's a sub above.
And there is Perry getting some help coming off the field here as Bozeman will have 2nd and 7 when we get back. And, Bobby, it's all tied up. As we said, the first downs have mostly been the same. Yards have mostly been the same. Not to be a cliche, but maybe turnovers. What's going to be the difference here in the fourth quarter?
Well, I certainly hope Winslow Perry's okay, because that's a big loss for this. That's a senior on this team. Offensive line, they've been having real good.
Their ball falls incomplete for Macbeth.
Real good protection and running the ball. And right there you see Jones throwing the ball incomplete downfield to Macbeth. That's one of those, he came up with that ball earlier in the game, but as this thing gets going a little bit, it gets a little harder to move a little bit out there, these young guys. This is kind of a very important part of the game early in the fourth quarter, trying to build a little momentum, and it's always tough when you're a man down on that offensive line. So Bozeman High here, trying to make a big play here on third down.
3rd and 7 to go for Jones, trying to get down to the 48-yard line, and he's going to be brought down there for the big sack for Billings West. It looks at it's like he's number 70, and I tell you what, we don't have a number 70 on our roster.
He is a non-roster player, nonetheless having a huge impact as he just swells up right there. We'll find out who he is. Maybe next week, but having an impact nonetheless. Coming up the middle, big number 70, not on the roster, but impacting the game regardless.
I had to check my eyes once and twice
Call
to
him
make sure.
Spider-Man because he sprang out of nowhere.
Eccles kind of shakes the punt. That's going to stay inside and just stopping around the 48-yard line. The first kind of one of the few mistakes for Eccles.
Yeah, one of the first times in the kicking game all night for Bozeman High that it hasn't gone their way, as Eccles has been riding an emotional high until that punt at a very crucial time, and not a great part of the field for him to have a little bit of a snafu like that. So West High dodging a bullet at kind of the wrong time for Bozeman, but if you're West High trying to do something to capitalize, getting the ball on the right side of the field.
We were talking coming into this fourth quarter, the Bears just need to find a way to get someone with the last name Dowler involved here on this drive.
Yeah, we haven't heard anything from Taco or Caden. Those two twins have been very impactful for the Bears throughout the season, but not tonight so far.
And Claunch by himself back there. We're going to have a flag, though, as we wait the call from the officials. It'll be a delay of game for Billings West. So it'll be 1st and 15 for Billings West after the delay of game.
Well, Bozeman's seen something in film study. When West High does go empty, there's a couple of tells right there. And when you're playing poker, if somebody knows your tells, there's a pretty good chance you're going to lose some money. Bozeman High's done their homework this week. They've capitalized each time. West's gone empty backfield.
So West now goes to the ground. De Leon's going to be able to pick up a few, but those defensive ends, Fadique and Eiden, continue to just crash, and they're helping them as Spencer anchoring the middle.
They see run away. They come hard horizontally and fill things in. And right there, De Leon, you saw him keep his legs moving. That paid off for him earlier. But right there, that Bozeman defensive line grabbed him and threw him down. There's some pretty good-sized big boys over there.
The Bears also kind of slowing down on offense. Not quite as much tempo. They just haven't been able to keep it rolling. Erbacher there looking for the call. As here, Conch dropped back, and he's swarmed by 3 Bozeman defenders, taking him down for the sack. Luke Fadique involved.
Yep, they had 3 white jerseys rushing back there. Had a little meet at the quarterback. Saw all 3 of them coming from that edge. Right there, and there was no place for him to go. They had Eiden was back there. They had Weisner back there as well.
So 17 sacks for them coming into tonight. 3 on the night, and it's 3rd and 21 for Isaiah Conch as he drops back. Design quarterback draw up the middle, and again hit hard by Lang down at the 45.
Yeah, Lang. We called his name a couple of times there. Brady Lang, a very emotional young man. He lets you know when something's gone right out there. He gets very excited in the right way, celebrates, goes back, gives a couple of high fives and pats on the rear end, and right back in there for this big punt for West High.
So second half so far have been all about the defense. As both these teams over 400 yards of offense. Maybe punt had to wait and delay, and it's another bad punt. Hopefully no one for Bozeman gets near it, and it'll go out of bounds at the 45-yard line. Just a net gain of 15 yards.
For all the success that those kickers had early, right now, they're kind of, I don't want to say choking, but
just
the
getting a little shaky.
Pressure's a little bit higher right now in the 4th quarter. Big game, tie ball game. Got to kind of rise with the tide, boys. And both these kickers right now going to have to kind of see what they're made of. Next snap, best snap, boys. Let's hope they learn from their mistakes early. As Bozeman now with the field position, taking advantage of the shanked punt right there.
Yeah, all of a sudden this game kind of looks like a soccer match. It's just sitting right in the middle third of the football field, just going back and forth. As there, Wattenberger gets a nice gain of 4 yards to start this drive for Bozeman.
Yeah, really like the way this young man runs, that offensive line, getting good push now. He wasn't necessarily touched till about 3 yards downfield and falls ahead for another 2. Brings up 2nd down and 5 for Bozeman.
Still tied up here. Clock continues to roll in the 4th quarter. Just over 8 minutes to go. Here's Jones. Another give up the middle to Wattenberger. He's going to plow forward. That'll set up 3rd and 1. I've seen him a lot tonight. Just as soon as he gets it, he's going 2 arms over the ball. He had 4 fumbles this season, and you can tell he's making sure he doesn't add another one to that total.
Yeah, Coach Weshy said, hey, if we don't fumble the ball, that's a mental thing. If we can stay on top of that, we're going to give ourselves a heck of a chance to win this ball game.
So on 3rd and 1, it's going to be a false start for the Hawks. John Brown there out on the end.
Big John Brown gets noticed for the wrong reason right there. 3rd and short becomes 3rd and long here as they jog in another perimeter guy, and Mr. Eiden goes walking to the sideline.
He's another senior on that offensive line, also headed to Montana Western. I like to say, next fall, next spring, but eventually with Mr. Spencer. So 3rd and 7 now. Jones off the play action, looking to the sideline, and he's got Lang. The timing for Bozeman on those big plays has been excellent.
Yeah, Lang right there does a great job running a quick hitch right at the sticks. And Jones delivers a strike, just steps right into that ball right on time. Moves the chains for this Bozeman offense. Gets a little something going now in the 4th quarter.
First and 10 on the 43. Give to Wattenberg. This time on the stretch. There's an early flag, though, as he's taken down for just a yard.
Yeah, Bozeman High was not set when they snapped the ball. They wanted to go in a hurry. Unfortunately, you're going to get it on number 4, Tucker Macbeth out there on the edge, not being set.
So push them back 5 yards. Seems to be another storyline of the night for both these teams. Every time they get a little bit of momentum going against these great defenses, there's a flag or a poor snap, just something that sends them back once you start to hear those cowbells rolling here at Davis Stadium.
Just a procedural thing as we watch things on the sideline unravel there. But you see Macbeth there, just he didn't get it relayed that they were in hurry up.
On the offense, 5-yard penalty.
So now 7:25 to go in the fourth, and I like to say great game in AA. So many blowouts you see often, but this one coming down to the wire tonight.
This one going as billed. This was one of the top 2 or 3 teams in the state, and it's played that way tonight. That's nice to see.
So Jones this time to Eiden the fourth. Again, that big guy dragging guys down with him.
Eiden, he's got power. He's got size. He ran through a ton of West High defenders. You're not bringing that guy down with an arm tackle. You got to go and put your body on his body, make him haul you around. He does hold that ball a little bit low, looks a little vulnerable, but nonetheless brings up second and shorter here with Eiden getting the ball again downhill.
They're the same play, and this time multiple guys with them, and that's another first down for the Bozeman Hawks as they're getting something rolling here in the fourth.
Eiden showing his versatility. He was a blocker in the third quarter. He's a ball carrier here in the fourth. Comes off, gets a couple of high fives, showing his worth now that he's fully healthy and ready to go for Bozeman.
This time Jones keeps it, makes a little bit of move there. Nice work there from the 6'3 senior, picks up another 5.
And John Brown making up, springing his quarterback ahead there. You see him still engaged with that guy behind the line of scrimmage, taking him upfield, making some room for that quarterback run. Brings up 2nd and 5, as you said. This Bozeman High offense rolling down the right half of the field for them if you're a Bozeman Hawk fan.
And again, it looks like this time Jones is going to roll out to his right, but in pursuit is Smith. Jones, though, just got it off in time for the Bears. Tanner Smith there in his face.
Jordan Jones was channeling his inner Ben Roethlisberger. he had a big old linebacker, number 33. Tanner Smith is draped all over Jones. Watch this right here as Smith, he sheds a block right there, and Ben Roethlisberger or Jordan Jones right there able to get the ball off. It may have been incomplete, but he avoided the worst play by throwing an incompletion. Sometimes, and a lot of times, an incompletion is better than the alternative.
Here we go, 3rd down for Bozeman. Wattenberger and Eiden the fourth back there. The give. No, Jones pulls it out, but he can't find a receiver as, again, Smith starting to live in that backfield with Jones.
That time Smith wasn't going to hang on. He was just going to jump into the middle of his chest. And right there, Jones able to get the ball away just before Smith was able to land on top of him or land in the middle of him.
So 4th and 4 for Bozeman, just under 6 to go in the game as they look to the sideline. Eccles has made some great plays tonight, but as you said, a little shaky here, both kickers down the stretch. So Bozeman's gonna go for it here on the 25. And here is Jones. He's gonna roll to his right, but timeout, I think, from Coach Weshy and Bozeman right before the snap. Yep.
Want to talk about it just a little bit more. Things are getting a little chilly. One of the COVID protocols that they've done for football is they've lengthened the amount of area that they can go on the sideline. So as they try to figure out what they're going to do, we're going to try to figure out what we're going to do. We're going to head to break here and be back with this big 4th down here on SWX.
It is 4th down here at Davis Stadium. Bozeman Hawks bringing out Elijah Eccles from the 25-yard line to attempt a field goal here.
Showing a lot of faith in your kicker tonight. He's had a little bit of a rough go of it as of late, but he was really on the money early in the game. One of the reasons you were able to hang with this West High squad.
So here is the kick from Eccles. It's got the distance, and it's down the middle. His 4th field goal of the night, his longest, gives the Hawks a 3-point lead here late in the 4th.
That's a resilient young man right there. He's super excited. It might be 15 below. It might be 900 degrees above. He doesn't know because he just put his foot in the back of that ball and gave it a nice ride in between those uprights for a Bozeman Hawk lead here on the road in Billings against the number 1 or number 2 team in the state. What a great moment for that young man. Way to come back and battle back. Redeemed yourself right there.
So we talked about in the first quarter about how it's such a luxury to have a kicker. You know, you don't really know you need one until you call on him. Well, I don't think even he, Mr. Eccles, would have thought that he would have 5 field goal attempts tonight.
That's a long field goal on a cold night, and Eccles right there made it look easy. Bounce back after the shanked punt. Little bit of resiliency goes a long way for that young man as he's come up huge tonight for this Bozeman High Hawk team. And the one that he missed looked good from our angle here. So they'd be even up more if we were able to officiate.
Not often you see a coach call a timeout and then come back with the kicker as well. I thought that showed a lot of trust in Eccles. But here, Taco Dowler looking to get going. He's going up the left side. Burst through. He's got some space. Now at the 50 is Dowler out of the 40, making some more guys miss. And Taco Dowler igniting some energy in Billings West, setting him up at the 32.
Now, you know, this is something that goes unnoticed because we saw Taco Dowler. He's explosive. He has to get the ball. But the guy that made the play right there is Spencer. He trailed that thing the whole way. That's a big athlete. Great job by that young man. As you see, Taco Dowler able to field that on the fly. He's got some blockers out there. Bursts through that home, breaks the tackle, puts on a couple of moves right there, makes a guy miss. Oh, it wasn't Spencer. I
Reese
apologize.
Standish, the safety.
It was the free safety Standish. A little bit of a size difference right there. Looks like my eyes are getting old as right in front of our eyes as we have another Bozeman Hawk down over here on the hash mark. And we're going to take a little bit of a break here from the action just so we can get this young man to the sideline safely. That's
Dylan Fadique.
As he's being cared for. Getting him over there safely, making sure people are avoiding that right arm of his.
And while he's getting looked at, we want to remind you that we do have one more volleyball game this season. It's a great way to finish another awesome season of volleyball here on SWX. Thursday, we'll be broadcasting live from Gallatin High School as the Raptors host their rival, the Bozeman Hawks. Catch the final volleyball game of the season, 7 o'clock Thursday on SWX. The Raptors picking up a win against Billings Senior last night in volleyball as Eastern AA has a big cluster of great teams. But here, after the electrifying return from Taco Dowler, West sets up with a run down the middle for Jamin Medlock. He meets again a bunch of white jerseys as shirt sleeve goes flying, but a pick up a 3.
Yeah, West High right now running the ball behind that offensive line, able to get that initial push, and then the flow from that Bozeman defense shuts it down rather quickly for a 3-yard gain, bringing up second down a little bit longer.
Just over 5 minutes to go in the fourth. Claunch back on 2nd and 7. He's going to air it out to Dowler, and finally there he is. 4-6 Taco Dowler, his 8th touchdown catch of the season.
Well, this is a vertical passing game, and that's why they've got Standish down the middle. And finally, they had to go to the edge to get it in Dowler's hands. But right here, Taco, you see him run the seam route, takes it back outside. He's just a little bit open, and Claunch able to deliver a strike. Not a lot of room, but that young man's very gifted. Shows a little bit of speed to stretch the defense and into the end zone for a big touchdown here. So the West High Bears recapture the lead in the fourth quarter.
A big extra point here. That's good, and that gives Billings West a 4-point lead, 23-19, just over 5 minutes ago. We said we needed to hear the name Dowler. Well, he called it on himself on the kick return with the rest of his guys, and then there on the catch. Claunch also showing some resilience, stepping into the pocket, delivering that one. So Billings West takes the lead. Bozeman gets another chance at it when we come back. Just over 5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, and for the first time tonight, Isaiah Klunch found Taco Dollar for their 8th touchdown connection of the season and a crucial 4-point lead now for the Bears.
Well, this has kind of been a seesaw game. You know, somebody has to do something significant so the other side can answer. What a great game. It's kind of the game we'd hoped it would be tonight as, you know, West High kicks it back to this Bozeman High Hawk football team.
Here are the Hawks looking for a return of his own up the left side. Avery Allen, he has some space, cuts up field. He's down at the 38-yard line, setting him up in some nice field position.
Avery Allen showing he's got some juice and some of the depth there that Bozeman High has. Avery Allen not on the field a lot, but really effective with this ball and the ball in his hands. Sees that edge wide open down the left side. Turned on a little jets and sets up this Bozeman High offense for good field position, trying to get another thing going here against this vaunted West High defense.
So Jones back there with Wattenberger. They got to get something going here now. Field goals aren't just going to quite cut it anymore. Down 4, and they start off with a give up the middle as Wattenberger who bursts through for 7. You're starting to see what you said. Those O-line getting that push now late in the game.
Yeah, and Wattenberger's the guy you want with the ball. He runs hard. He runs behind his pads. And that's a great thing if you're an offensive lineman. You love that momentum if you can get downhill on that defensive line and get some push.
Second and short now on the 44. Give right again up the middle, and West trying to crash through, but just too late as he bursts through the hole once again.
There's a lot of West High Bears reaching for tackles right now. There's a lot. They've been on this field quite a bit, and they're showing a little bit of exhaustion as you see Paul Brott trying to get to the sideline before they snap the ball.
Doesn't get off on time, but the ref doesn't throw a flag. Still, Wattenberger taking it on himself to pick up another gain of 7. West got away with that one.
Yeah, he was definitely not off the field, and he ran right by the official right there on the sideline who didn't throw the flag. So regardless, didn't hold anybody back that was actually involved in the play, and another good gain on first down for Bozeman.
It's funny, Brott was hustling, but it was almost like he's not used to taking a snap off. He didn't think he'd get a break there, but here again, second and manageable, just 3 yards to go. Again, Eiden IV this time plowing forward for a first down, holding on to the ball there at the end.
Yeah, West High's reaching for tackles, but they're also reaching for that ball, and Ken Eiden right there needed to hold on to that as West High is getting a little handsy inside. They're pawing at that ball as you see another lineman doing a line change here for West High.
Yeah, they're just rotating bodies right now, trying to get some energy. This time, Smith back there, nice pursuit from Billings West.
Smith does a nice job coming vertical off the edge and then crashing down inside for a short gain for Bozeman High. Wattenberger right there, you know, that's his MO. He does fall forward, but Smith got him in the backfield, but Wattenberger drug him for a few positive yards on first down.
See Jackson Cotton, the tight end, coming out there, and again, the give Wattenberger up the left side, drug down from behind the play by Juan Velasquez.
Yeah, so Velasquez right there on pursuit, able to grab him from behind. Wattenberger looks like he's cramping up a little bit. I would too if I ran the ball that much. He's been effective all night long for Bozeman.
But still, the hurry up going. They have a hard snap. Now they'll look to the sideline, give him a bit of a break. But you see the Bears just rotating in. D lineman trying to keep up right now with Bozeman. The give again to Wattenberger. He's taken down by Bergeson in the backfield.
Yeah, the free safety, not afraid of contact. Riley Bergeson comes right up inside the field. There was really nobody there, so it's a good thing. Bergeson able to wrap up, effective tackler in space there. But Wattenberger, you know, hasn't been brought down like that all night. Bergeson showing some power behind the pads there for this West High defense when they needed it most.
Bergeson, the lead tackler for the Bears, and here 4th and 5. Jones on the play action. They need this one. Going down the middle, Eiden IV, and it's dropped by Eiden. He couldn't bring it down, and a crucial stop for the Bears.
He had a couple of chances at that one too. Right down the seam, West High bringing some pressure. Bozeman picked it up pretty well right there. Gets rid of the ball, and you'll see it hit him right there. Could have been a great catch. Unfortunately, bobbled it. It's on the ground. West High takes over on downs. Big play right there. Unable. One of the only plays tonight that Ken Eiden hasn't been able to make for his Bozeman Hawks team. Unfortunately, it came at a big time and brings up a Crucial turnover on downs, and West High gets the ball. First down. Not a lot of clock left, but Bozeman still has all 3 timeouts here, trying to make a difference late in this fourth quarter.
2:09 to go in the game. Hawks with 2 timeouts. They use that one to let Eccles kick the field goal, and here the give to De Leon. Talbot in the backfield gets a stop, and Coach Westy takes the first of those 2 timeouts left.
Yeah, they're not taking any chances right here on either side. De Leon had 2 hands on that one. Wasn't trying to make too much happen. If something would have presented itself, away he goes. But 2 hands doesn't allow you to run real fast or away from many people.
And that Billings West defense really just finding a way again. I mean, Eiden IV, of course, not bringing that one down, but bending, not breaking in that second half. They seem like they're just getting worn down, hands on the hips, giving up 30 yards, and then once it gets down back in their own end zone, they're finding ways to get stops against the Hawks.
Yeah, trying to find a couple of people down the depth chart to spell these starters, allowing them to, take a couple of snaps to regain. As you see a lot of hands on hips right over there. Been a long night for a lot of those guys, a lot of those linemen playing both ways, playing a lot of snaps. And that's a physical, tough thing to do when you're in the trenches, playing both ways in big games with the adrenaline, the changes in momentum, and then, the physicality of the position. As you see Bozeman High right there trying to figure out a way to stop this Bozeman High offense and get the ball back in their own hands.
Really does feel like the playoffs tonight with these 2 teams equally matched, both testing each other to their limits, and this Bozeman defense needs to get one last stop to give their offense a chance just to have a win in this one, as you hear their fans starting to get their bells rolling.
Yeah, they know exactly how important it is. Well, with the weather that it is, those folks over in Bozeman making this trek, that's, after this snow, that's not always the safest or the easiest thing. Thank goodness nobody was hurt on the way over here, but big snaps right now for both these teams.
Here, De Leon able to pick up a little bit of yardage. There's a flag that's going to push the Golden Bears back with a hold down the middle.
Yeah, thrown right in that area by the umpire on holding on the offense.
So there is a call, hold for Billings West, push them back 10 yards, and that could be huge here, as it looks like Bozeman in prime position to get a stop, but also just field position as we're at 1:58 to go in this ball game.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see what they do with their, with the timeouts and how the clock's going to work right here. There's a lot of communication, a lot of talking, and you saw Taco Dollar in the background there pointing at different people saying, use your head, be smart, as we listen to our referee tonight.
Paul Brock getting called for the holding. He was on the ground. It looked like he started going down and drug a guy down with him. So here we go, 2nd and 23 to go for the Golden Bears.
Sometimes you get away with those things. Unfortunately, right there for Paul Brock, he did not.
3 receivers out wide for West, but they're just going to give to De Leon, play it safe. He's stopped at the line of scrimmage again. Brooks Talbot up there along with Spencer, and De Leon again just finding a way to somehow pick up almost 10 yards on that run.
Does a great job moving his feet. He bounces off players. Different style of runner than Medlock. Very effective with his style. Again, coming into this season, you pointed it out earlier, he was the go-to guy. He has a guy move in, kind of take his spot away from him, so to speak, but still finding a way to be effective and to play a huge role in this offense. De Leon does some things that you don't always see, picking guys up. Very physical player. And then earlier, getting a little help from his friends, not the Beatles, but his offensive line, carrying him into the end zone for the first touchdown of the game with a great play in the first half.
Hawks called their final timeout of the game. 1:48 here to go, and it'll be 3rd and 16 for Billings West. When we come back, we don't expect them to air it out. Probably just play it safe and trust that defense, but still, that Bozeman defense needs one last stop just to have a chance.
Well, nobody has a whiteboard. This is something that they've got in their repertoire for an occasion like this. But if the clock's your buddy, and you want to force their hand, you're going to probably, get the ball and maybe an easy pass. But I'd look to something with De Leon and see if they can't run the clock out and punt it.
So here it is. They do just go down the middle to De Leon.
There he goes.
A little bit of space. De Leon
first
gets
down.
a new set of chains
What
down
a
to
great
the
run.
48. possibly the game-sealing first down for De Leon and Billings West.
Ran through the arm tackle at the line of scrimmage. Ken Eiden made another guy miss. What a great run by that young man at a key time. Right here, Ken Eiden can't get him, and now he's downhill. Runs out of one, runs away from one Bozeman Hawk. Needs to get the first down from runs through the arm tackle of the safety and able to move the chains. There's an example of a guy who knows where the first down marker is and how important it is to get the first down and not saying, I'm going to stop, I got to move the chains. Great run at a crucial time by De Leon.
Play of the game here, at least the game-winning play from Michael De Leon. Now it's victory formation for Billings West, and you saw in that zone read, Kenneth Eiden, I was surprised he kind of froze. He didn't just go right for De Leon, and he took advantage. It seems like every time we think that it's not going to be much, Michael De Leon just proves us wrong.
Well, right there, Michael De Leon, like you say, that is the play of the second half for sure. There's a ton of key plays in this one tonight, but this one did live up to the billing, and right there, De Leon able to close it out on one of the more unlikely spots, really. You know, third and, forever. They hand the ball off trying to do some crazy clock stuff. And right there, De Leon just running downhill, moves the chains, ends the game, and West High remains perfect on the season.
There you see Kenneth Eiden and Tucker Macbeth talking. He's a little let down in himself still. Great game for you, Eiden IV, and Billings West celebrating. They stay unbeaten in the regular season, improving to 7-0, grinding out a 23-19 win over Bozeman. As you said, this one lived up to the hype and was the perfect kind of penultimate game going into the playoffs.
Boy, this one sets the table for a great 2020 playoff season. We're battling on a lot of things in Montana. We're battling a lot of things nationally. But tonight, the battle on the field was something to behold. Really a treat for us to call up here, and hopefully you guys at home enjoyed it just as much as we did, as we saw two of the top teams in the state really go after each other tonight. And I think regardless of the outcome for Bozeman, they got better tonight.
Definitely got better, and I think they needed, Coach Weshy said, they need that confidence. First, they got another boost with Eiden IV coming back, but now they go toe-to-toe with Billings West tonight. It sets them up. They will have to play next week. West and Senior get a bye, but it's like, hey, you guys are the defending champs. You got 30 seniors, and West was beatable tonight. It was just a couple plays to let the Bears come out on top.
Well, you know that Bozeman's come a long way, and that's kind of their MO. They grow into the team that they're going to be at the end of the season, and tonight they've done a great job. We'll take a look here, though. Early on, we saw Clonch stepping up. Big throw, overthrows everything. And Bozeman High, the guy who made the big tackle on the kickoff return, Reese Stanish with the interception right there, ball thrown right to him, and takes it deep into West High.
And there's the kick from Eccles. That at the time gave them that 19-16 lead. The offense has really stalled out in the second half. It was both defenses just going back and forth there. A big stop for Bozeman on the field goal that was no good, but then West finally, they got something going in the fourth, eventually forcing some turnovers and taking over.
Yeah, Bozeman High didn't protect him that well, and the no-name guy, number 70, just swarms over Jones right there. And this West High offense comes back, gets the ball, but not before the defense, the calling card of that defense, or that team over there in Bozeman, that defensive line just swarms them there for the big sack.
And here another long field goal. Eccles had 2 in the second half, 4
Eccles
in the
had the
ball
most
game.
highlights tonight of anybody, the kicker for Bozeman High. He's the guy in the trucks, player of the game. He's had some big plays tonight.
But this one, Clonch was getting hit a lot tonight. Couldn't find his guy until right there, Taco Dollar in the fourth quarter. That became the game-winning touchdown.
Yeah, Dowler needed to have an impact, and right there you see it, just how big of an explosive player he can be. And right here for West High, there's the game-winning play as we see De Leon take a third and 16 right down the middle of the field. Tough yards at the end, moves the chains, ends the game.
So what a way to end the regular season. Billings West stays unbeaten, grinding out a fantastic win over Bozeman, 23-19. For Bobby Beers, for myself, the playoffs are up next. Thank you for joining us on another awesome season of high school football on SWX.